Good evening and welcome, PLW Nation. It is Friday night. We're going to wrap up week number 9 here in Premier League Wiffle. We have a good one set up for you tonight. The 17-7 Vaderz versus the 13-11 Cajuns. The Vaderz atop the PLW standings with the ones rallying behind their man, Ethan Ibarra, at the plate. On the mound, Billy Santiwan, both of them respectively leading in a lot of the categories for those positions. They're going to have to face the Cajuns led by Andrew Leday, the reigning, offensive, guy over there hitting real well. But absolutely. Ryan Roosh is over there on the Cajuns now. He was a Vaderz. This is a Roosh return. Good evening, welcome. I'm Trench Picone. I'm hanging out with my main man, 3-time MVP. I'm a little nervous. TB7, Taylor Bryner. Welcome to the show, man. Love to have you in the booth.
Thank you, Trench. I'm excited to be here today. And we should have what I think will turn out to be an extremely important series for both of these teams right here.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. You've been atop, the PLW standings in the last 3 championship games. How important is this for the Vaderz to assert some dominance here and let them know they're trying to get to where you've been for a long time?
So I feel like the Vaderz right here are really in a position to start to make a push to start to distance themselves from the ones. Right now, they're at a deadlock tie, and the only difference is that the ones have played 3 more games than them. So they have the opportunity to start pushing ahead and go for that first place, which come playoffs, very advantageous. So they have a great opportunity today, but I feel like for the Cajuns, this is an even more important series.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there at 13-11, kind of middle of the road or, up there just a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't gelled as well as I've thought. They haven't been able to put a 6-man lineup together congruently week after week. I think if they could keep going with a similar lineup, the addition of Will Morris today is really big for them. They got them in the draft. If he could come along and help the Cajuns out, they're going to be right there at the top as well.
I agree with that 100%. I feel like for the Cajuns, it comes down to their bottom 3 hitters. We know that the 3 guys at the top are going to hit. I mean, especially led by Leday there. He's a 2-time batting champion. And on top of that, he's not only the batting title leader now.
Batting title.
It's not close. He is by far the best contact hitter in the PLW as of right now. So he's going to be on base. What matters is what the guys do behind him. That will decide what happens in these games for the Cajuns.
Yeah, I want to go over the Vaderz lineup right now as they are going to be the visiting team. Why don't you go over that real quick, Taylor?
Absolutely. So leading off, we have our home run leader, Ethan Ibarra, who has just been shelling the ball. It seems like everything he hits is just hit hard. Following him, Billy Santiwan, Kyle Eder, Gio Battistoni, Tanner Roundy, and Kenny Santiwan. Coming off the bench for him, we've got Sasai and we've got Jake Slusher.
Yeah, we got both the Santiwan brothers in the lineup. Last week I was saying watch out for Gio Battistoni. Tonight I'm saying watch out for Kyle Eder. I feel like his ankle is a little bit more healed than it has been. He had some good reps in batting practice. I think he's going to show some power against the Cajuns tonight.
I believe so, too. I feel like his swing favors their style of pitching. A lot of lefties on the Cajuns, and he can spray to all fields, and he's strong in the inside half, and that's going to favor his style of hitting against their style of pitching.
Let's look at the defense of the Cajuns right now. We'll start out with Sashi Boba on shortstop. He is just a energetic guy that loves playing the game, solid shortstop. Bo Evans on third base. He's been playing very well. You have Nathan Roosh in left, a solid ball player as well. Will Morris coming back after a couple-week layoff. He's the rookie coming in. And then you have Casey Nielsen playing second base. And, of course, on the bump tonight, Ryan Roosh in the Roosh's revenge game right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to see what Ryan's going to do here on the mound. I feel like he's been throwing the ball real well, and I feel like he could do a lot here.
Yeah. What are the nerves like, do you think, for Ryan right now, facing his former team after they traded him? You think he's got some butterflies going on, or he's taking the moment in and he's ready to dominate?
I actually don't think Ryan gets very nervous when he's pitching up here, especially starting out games. It feels like he's most comfortable out there on the mound. And so I don't think he's nervous at all. I think he's excited to try to do some damage against his former team and show them what they were missing and trading him away.
Yeah, and one thing I want to tap on real fast before we get started, there is an epic trade that will be happening tonight. We'll go over that a little bit later during the broadcast, maybe a little bit after game number 1. But we are ready to go. Let's go. Cajuns versus Vaderz. Our stream team ready to go. We got Skycam ready to go. Pitch number 1. Oh, and the pylons aren't set up. We have all day to make things right, and the pylons is what's delaying the game.
Feels like we got everything except for those pylons, those little orange sticks out there.
Here we go. Ethan Ibarra currently leading the PLW in home runs, I believe, with 15.
I believe so. And he has been in front of everybody for the entire season, just about. I think maybe week 1 someone hit as many as him, and other than that, he's been the leader. All right, that is strike 1 right there. Coming in hot from Roost, throwing that.
Yeah, 55, double nickels early. Remember, here at the PLW, we do start with a strike already, so that was strike number 2 as he goes inside with a ball number 1.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit outside, evens up the count 2-2 as Taylor gets some action in the booth early.
Getting souvenirs already.
And this will be a nice out for Ryan Roosh, taking care of a big hitter like Ethan Ibarra as Billy Santiwan, who right now is just like a singles machine up there in the box.
Absolutely. Excellent contact. Can use the entire field.
2 quick outs for Ryan Roosh. And last week I was saying Billy doesn't have much power. Then he popped one out all over left center.
I always tease him because he hits the ball so hard, but just never hits it in the air. I'd say Ryan already looks like he's feeling pretty locked in here. Even his misses feel like they're on purpose. Like he's not missing.
Well, when you get start out the game, and as you probably know as well, when you get those first couple guys out, you already feel like you're in a good groove.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he's going to feel that the rest of the day today. It feels like he's just going to find a spot and just keep working it. There's another miss right as soon as I say he's in a groove. He's behind in the count 3-1.
Yeah, he's got to hit pan right here. And Eder, he's got some power. Oh, an early walk by Roosh. And just like you and some of the other elite pitchers, an early walk, that doesn't mean too much. You guys could go the rest of the way without giving up another walk. That was just feeling out the pitching early.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like Ryan is, there's a hit up the middle.
What a play by his brother, Nathan Roosh. He's going to have to get him some hot cocos later for a play like that.
That is a brother looking out for his brother right there.
Yeah, band of brothers.
Family ties.
I know they've seen it. We're going to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at that Cajuns lineup, Taylor.
Absolutely. Let's see. Starting off, we've got our batting title leader, leading in batting average, Andrew Leday. Following up is our man Ryan Roosh, Bo Evans, Will Morris, Sashi Boba, and Casey Nielsen. And today it looks like they only have one substitute off the bench, Nate Roosh.
Yeah, not a bad sub down there. I'm going to go to TikTok right now. Make sure you get over to twitch.tv /Premier WIFFLE. TikTok is just like an appetizer, and the Twitch production, which has multiple camera angles, instant replay. We have a Skycam operator to get some zoom ins, hang with us in the commentating booth. And of course, you could bet wiffle ball points to redeem things like merchandise that we have, like hoodies, hats, bats, gloves, leggings, headbands, whatever you need. We'll see you over there on Twitch. As Andrew Leday up to bat right now, and he's probably got the smoothest swing in PLW.
That he does. Again, the ability to use the whole field. But the only difference between him and Billy at the plate is, number one, he's lefty. Number two, he shows power a lot. He gets those home runs. He's not just a singles machine.
Yeah, you're one of the better hitters in the PLW. What is it like facing Billy Santiwan in that knuckleball?
It's hard. Billy gets a lot of movement on every single pitch. And usually when you have a knuckleball pitcher...
And Leday goes straight Oh, whoa, man, right up the middle, about 120 feet off Billy Santiwan. And after you talking about how hard it was to hit the smoothest swing in PLW, comes butter with it. 1-0, Ledet.
And that is just what the great hitters do, though. When you have someone who's throwing something nasty, they still get the job done. And that was an absolute bomb of a home run to dead center field.
Man, and the ball looks like it's going to be carrying tonight. No wind, a little warmer out, and we've said, during our previous broadcasts, as it warms up, balls are going to fly a little bit further.
And that one definitely flew. That one definitely jumped off the bat. So it looks like it's a home run night tonight. There is ball one.
Oh, the dreaded dribbler right to Billy. And Billy's another guy. He understands solo shots do happen. I wouldn't expect too many more of those.
Yeah. Yeah, again, this lineup is very top-heavy. If he can get through these first three hitters, the bottom half he should have much more success with.
Check swing by Bo Evans, who's been kind of a knight in shining armor for the Cajuns in very clutch spots.
That he has. He definitely beat us up when we played them.
And this should be a routine play. Goes up top for out number 2. And I'm excited to see the reemergence here of Will Morris, the big lefty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like what Will's doing with this swing and everything. It's not every day you pick up a rookie as a high draft, and then they immediately have the kind of impact he's had all season. Very impressed with what he's done.
Yeah, in a flash, he could put one of these balls in the Garden of Serenity out there in right field.
As he almost does right there. His swing and his style of swing, I think the knuckleball is going to be something he's going to be able to hit.
Flare to the left side, but Ibarra showing off some flash right there.
Yeah, I didn't realize Ibarra was that fast. I thought he was all power with the bat. I didn't know he had wheels that moved like that.
Yeah, we were talking about who's the fastest guy in PLW, who are some of the fastest. His name wasn't on there. But we're going to go into the top of the second. And the top of the second is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You could connect with Leilani on Instagram. And there she is right there. Click that little Instagram camera signal sign and buy yourself a home. Or if you're getting rid of it, go with Leilani as well. Buy a house, sell yourself a home, buy yourself a home.
Sell it, rent it. I think she can do it all. She's great.
I made my choice for the winner of Game 1. If you go up top, I'll let you know.
I don't think I picked a winner for Game 1.
Yeah, I like Game 1. I feel like Roosh is really going to come together. He definitely wants to beat his own team, as a former team, as Roundy makes excellent contact, but right to Will Morris.
Perfect swing. Exactly what he needs to do with that pitch. Just unfortunately, defense had him played perfectly. That was not even close.
Here's Kenny Santiwan. I call him Kenny Santi too, as he's the brother of Billy Santiwan.
I like it. I like it. And I've seen good things from Kenny. He's still very green.
This might be a playable ball. No.
Stops it just short of coming back fair. I think he was worried he didn't have enough time for it, but I think that would have been close if he had played it.
Get some swinging low and outside. 4 out. Number 2 is we'll go back to the top of the order, Ethan Ibarra.
And that is such a tough pitch to new hitters. That sinking pitch on the outside half that's not even going to come close to the plate. You don't see that in baseball. You don't see that in softball. It's only here.
Yeah, that curve that Roosh just threw has to be careful if he comes in a little too slow. I believe Ethan is able to wait on that and go opposite field. His lightning quick reaction as Roosh gets him swinging in the ground for out number 3. Roosh looking good on the mound right there, Taylor.
Looking real good. And one thing I noticed with that, too, the faster you throw these, the more they move. He threw that 57, and you could see the difference in how the ball moved. It cut straight down on him. And so just fantastic job by Roosh there, changing speeds, throwing with movement, just attacking these hitters. He's looking real sharp.
Yeah, we're going to go into the bottom of the second as it looks like Sashi Boba will be up to bat here. almost 300 viewers tuning in on this Friday night game between the Vaderz and the Cajuns. I love seeing that. We'll definitely eclipse the 500 mark. We might even get into the 700s tonight. Ready to go, Sashi.
Absolutely. It's a Friday night. What a perfect night to be out here watching the PLW.
And people are so pumped up about this trade. They're saying, announce the Dodos to the Bombers trade, or Bruce to somewhere. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, I've been wondering about this trade all day. I'm ready to find out, too. I think we're saving it for a little bit later, though.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to stick around for a bit and earn that.
I like that. You got to earn this trade. Sashi takes a cut right there. Count will remain 1-2.
Sashi looks sharp on this knuckleball so far. He's seeing it well, which is what I like to see from hitters in his position. Still pretty new, not quite a rookie, but he's picking that ball up well and putting good swings on it.
Man, that had that crazy knuckle movement where it looks like your eyes are blurry for a second.
Yeah. When you throw a knuckleball with a baseball, it dances. When you throw it with a wiffle ball, it dances and cuts and weaves. It does everything. Never seen a ball move like a knuckleball out here with a wiffle ball.
Casey Nielsen up to bat, took ball number 1 and takes strike number 2.
Big spot here, turning the lineup over to their best hitter. Gets a good swing on it, but just a nice soft fly out there to right field.
And here's Andrew Leday. Last time his bat touched a wiffle ball, dead center, 120 feet, 1-0 Cajuns. Let's see what he could do the second time up.
Yes, sir. Here's the matchup we want to see.
He has such a good swing, though, man.
So smooth. Yeah, it's so difficult to be able to use pole to pole on this field, and no one does it better than him.
That's going to do it as Leday swing and a miss. And that's going to do it for the Cajuns as we go into the top of the third. Game moving along at a quick clip.
Absolutely. And both pitchers really looking sharp. The only blemish on either of their records is that solo shot. They're looking real good so far.
Yeah, I don't expect too many hits strung together in succession, so I think we're going to see a low scoring affair, especially with some of the top 2 pitchers in the league.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the top 2 pitchers, and having been red hot for the last couple weeks with both of them, looking great.
And with solid D behind them, we're going to see some really good plays.
Yeah.
Looks like Billy Santiwan has a bat in hand. He's ready to go. 1-0 Cajuns early. Game number 1 of 3. Callie Blown, thanks for the subscription. You are now locked into PLW Nation. Welcome to the show. Pretty even with the wiffle ball points on game number 1. Right around 150,000 on each of them. Santiwan goes dreaded dribbler right back to Ryan right there for out number 1.
Bruce still looking sharp. That was a great pitch from behind in the count to get an easy out right back to him. That is hard hit but foul.
And I'm reading your comment, Bam Bam, in the chat. You could eliminate your pesky ads by subscribing to PLW on Twitch. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free one. So can't complain about that.
Yep, no need for ads. Just subscribe.
And the great thing about subscription there is you get, just by subscribing, you get a higher percentage of wiffle ball points just for watching.
That is true, and those points are worth something. They're redeemable at our shop. You can get some stuff with them, so you got to collect up those points.
Counts 2-2 to Kyle Etter, and he goes moonshot to left field. Oh, and Nathan Roosh And I think if I'm Boba and Evans, every time I'm on third, if there's a high shot like that, I'm going to run out there. And just for something like that, you might be able to grab it off the tip.
And I agree 100%. You want to be close. We don't have gloves on. You have to catch it with your bare hands, and it's so easy for it to pop right back out. If you have someone there, they can make sure that ball still gets caught.
Yeah, and you hear that, Taylor?
Mm-mm.
The wiffle ball gods have woken up.
They must be awake.
As an error here in the PLW, 60% of the time, maybe more, results in a run coming in, as you cannot give teams extra outs. As Jay Wilson, is that J-Dub?
That's J-Dub.
Finally, he got a subscription.
I think he just resubscribes periodically.
No, it would say.
It would say he just subscribed.
Good for him. Welcome to the show, J-Dub. As Gio goes to a 2-2 count here. Runner on first and after an error. And that's going to be strike 3, swing and a miss by Gio Battistoni.
I think I actually heard him hit the backstop as he swung through on that.
Yeah, that happens occasionally where some of these guys are so far back in the box that when they take an outside pitch like that, they're reaching for it.
Yep. And I like to see him back there in the box. So it gives you more time to read what the pitch is doing, but that is the downside to it. Reaching for that outside pitch, it's easy to take the bat right off the edge of the cage and just take that bat out of the equation.
Oh, good shot. Oh, no. And it goes underneath Nathan Roosh. I think it's untouched.
I think that might be untouched.
Oh, man, that is a defensive nightmare.
I think there were 3 people who had a shot to touch that, to stop it from being a double, and I think they all missed it.
Look at that replay. That is just bad defense. And they're going to go into the instant replay booth right there. And like we said earlier, an error here in the PLW, the wiffle ball gods wake up, resulting in runs. So the percentage is so high. You can see Anthony Michael and Cody Runnels currently. And that's going to be a run. There, Anthony Michael saying, I didn't see a touch right there. Cody Runnels confirms. And
Sashi Boba has been a fantastic fielder, but since that knee injury, I feel like he's struggled getting down on ball just like that right there. And that's not his fault. We've seen a lot of players out here playing injured, but I think that was just happened to be right in his weak spot with that knee injury that he's been coming back from.
Ball a little bit high. Going to go to a 2-2 count. That did tie up the game 1-1. We got Tanner Roundy on second base after that error. And that's going to do it.
That's going to do it. Those wiffle gods are awake.
Man, they definitely love coming out here to Hideaway Field and watching this game. They love waking up and causing a little stir here in the PLW.
I think they must like errors, too, because that seems to be their favorite times to show up.
I'm rocking the Cajuns hat, man.
Ooh, got the Cajuns on. Is that your pick?
Yeah, that's my pick for game number 1. I think each game, I'm going to make it a new thing if I have the hats from each ball club when I commentate. Each game, I'm going to pick the winner, and then we're going to see if we could, how good we could do.
I like it. How are you with betting your wiffle ball points?
I had a good run. Who did I have a good run with? I forget. I went 3-0 the other day. It was good.
Ooh, that is good. I don't bet mine as often as I should. Very often I'm watching while I'm doing other stuff. And I watch a lot of baseball, too, and I've learned that great hit, right at someone again.
Ooh, Gio, lucky he hit the strike zone right there for an out.
Yeah, good thing he throws dead center. Yeah, really looking for the Cajuns to put some runners on here. They're making good contact, but they're just hitting right at people today.
And Bo. I thought that bounced.
I don't know how he caught that.
Good play by Kenny Santiwan.
Great reflexes. Yeah, that was a hot shot right there.
As Will Morris up to bat.
Now, here's a question for you. How do you feel on the mound when you're pitching and you have two hot shots like that? They go for outs, but obviously they were seeing the ball well. How do you feel while you're pitching and that happens?
Kenny with another play. Well, I'm a pitcher for contact, and I rely on my defense quite a bit. I set up my pitches for plays like that, especially. I want them to pull the ball. Of course, I don't want them to rope it, at 100 miles an hour. I'm looking for them to kind of get jammed up a little bit. But I usually want to play to contact on that side for sure.
Yeah. And I've seen some of these pitchers who can get pretty rattled just from that hard contact. It worries them, a lot of these strikeout pitchers. But,
a lot of times you'll see when I pitch, somebody will just crush it foul 110 feet. I do not care what it looks like. That's what I was pitching for. Make them swing on something inside, go foul, get up in the count 0-2 or 1-2.
Absolutely. And you've done that to me a number of times, so I know you do that. Just leave it right there, high at the shoulders, let them pull right through.
Yeah, you've made contact before, though, and hit it over the container. I got lucky last time.
Yeah.
As Ethan Ibarra up to bat right now.
I haven't heard much noise from Ethan yet, so I'm sure he's looking to do some damage here. Get that bat going.
There's a new poll up right there. Taylor, why don't you read it to the fans at home?
Ooh, this is about the big trade we got. So who's getting traded? And your options are Jim Dodos, Brandon Mayo. Is it Mayo or Mayo?
Mayo.
Brandon Mayo, Trevor Bauer, Trench Picone, or Bruce Uson. Trench, are you surprised to see yourself back on that list again?
I think that's just to get people pumped up. I heard from my skipper last night during our little broadcast that Trench is locked up on the left side over there on the Legends squad. So you could just probably eliminate that.
So we really got a 4-horse race for who's getting traded then.
And a lot of people think it's Trevor Bauer as Ryan Roosh goes outside with another ball.
See, I'm actually leaning more towards it probably being Brandon Mayo. That would be my guess. I feel like he's a good fit to be traded.
To the right side, will Kaysen grab it? He's going to have to make a play right here, and he does. And he makes it.
I believe that's over the backstop, actually.
Did it?
I believe it hit the light just right at the top and went over.
Wow, what a play by Casey to try to make that. And the rule here is if you throw it above the backstop, it's going to be a 2-base or a 1-base error.
Yes. So he gets the base that he was going to and then plus the 1 base on the error. That would have been a spectacular play, and it's unfortunate they missed that by just a couple of inches to give him the extra base there.
And here is Kyle Etter. He was my pick for a big series as he takes that 54. It seems like he's just money with that 54-mile-an-hour curveball.
Such a hard pitch to read at a righty, too, because it goes so far outside and so far away from you, but it just comes right back.
He's going to go down, swing and a miss for out number 2, and this is going to be a big at-bat for Gio Battistoni with a runner in scoring position. Mm-hmm. And the 2 errors have left 2 men on second base for the Vaderz. If not for that, everything looking real good for Ryan Roosh on the mound.
Absolutely. And those errors, I mean, they hurt you, but he's really working to pitch around him and keep this game as close as it has been. And that's a foul ball. Let's bring the count to 1-2.
After this inning, I'm going to go to my on-field correspondent, Kyle Lohman, to talk to the Cajuns manager, Andrew Leday, as Casey's going to have to make another good play. Is it going to be in time? No. See what Andrew Leday thinks about his defense out there right now.
Honestly, on that one, I would just be happy they kept it in the infield. That ball was hit very hard, and they are only being punished with the runner moving 1 base, no runs scored, and now they have the double play opportunity to bail them out of this inning right here. Oh, they have 2 outs, actually.
Yeah. Tanner puts a lot of power in that opposite field side.
Absolutely. I've been waiting for his bat to get
Goes
going,
left
too.
side. Good little push there. All they do is touch 2 to get out of the inning, and that's going to do it for the Vaderz. And I'm going to go to Kyle Lohman right now. Get him out there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down here in the Cajuns dugout. About to talk to manager Andrew Leday. Started off the game with a leadoff home run against likely Cy Young winner or at least leading Cy Young vote getter, Billy Santiwan. What did you see in that first at bat against Billy? What are you looking for approaching this knuckleball that really nobody in the league has been able to figure out?
Just trying to put the bat on the ball. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's not exactly easy because with the knuckleball, the ball looks like it's going to be in one spot and it ends up in a different spot. And are you trying to predict where it's going to end up, or are you just looking for a pitch in a certain location?
Yeah, you really got to swing where you think it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. If you swing where it's at, it's not going to be there by the time you swing. Back to you, Trenchy.
Old Andrew Leday, a man full of many words. Sashi Bova.
Yep, so much wiffle ball knowledge in his mind, and sometimes it feels like he's a little stingy sharing it with us.
He's savage, actually. As nice as he is, he's a savage wiffle ball player, let me tell you. Oh, what a nasty pitch by Billy. That was like a curved knuckleball. What was that, Taylor?
That was unhittable. That's what that was. Like, there's not much you're doing with that. I don't care who the hitter is. Like, that's a swing and a miss. Well, he is feeling that knuckle right now. It feels like Billy's getting more and more dialed in the longer this game goes on. That is a great eye by Casey to bring the count to 1-2 here. And again, I do feel like this is the most important part of the lineup for the Cajuns. If these lower batters can get on base for their top few hitters, then they will have a lot of opportunities to score runs. But if just their top couple hitters are getting on, then they're going to be hurting for runs all game.
Yeah, right now, both teams kind of hurting for runs. If it wasn't for a couple errors by the Cajuns, the Vaderz would be sitting at a donut.
Absolutely. And that is great pitching from Billy here to get those 2 foul outs into the cage right there. That second one, it's as if the catcher caught it. So 2 in a row into the back, and you are out. That is strike 3.
And Leday barely gets under that, and the Vaderz are going in to the top of the 5th in a 1-1 tie, as Ryan Roosh is going to go back there on the mound to try to get a win for his team. If they could get a run or two, get the win for Ryan Roosh, he would love that, to get a W after being traded from the Vaderz. And look at that. This is from the baby Yodas that Sasai put together. And look at the mishmash of guys. You got Ryan and Sashi and Nathan, all Cajuns. And then you have Billy. You got Zoe. Those are Vaderz.
Man, you got someone from everywhere, it feels like, here.
Wow.
It's hard to believe that was less than a year ago.
And there's Sasai, and let me tell you, I don't know if there's anybody that takes this game more serious than Sasai. He's super stoked about his Vaderz TikTok. Just went over 1,000 members or people following. That's a big deal. He takes a lot of pride in his social media, and every time after the series, he instantly just starts posting. So make sure you start following the Vaderz TikTok. A lot of fun right there.
Absolutely.
As Kenny Santiwan.
Love to see it.
I'll tell you what Sasai is watching right now on that phone. If it's not PLW, he is a big-time Phoenix Suns fan. As Santiwan goes left side, good play by Sashi. Bo's going to have to make the throw, and he does deadpan in 4.06 seconds.
Yeah, I think Sashi took that last one that got by him personal. I don't think he's missing another one tonight.
As Ethan Ibarra is going to step into the box. When we talk about the time being 4.06 seconds, what are we talking about, Taylor?
Okay, absolutely. So here in PLW, there is no base running. And so we have a timer that starts as soon as contact is made, and an infielder, has 5 seconds to get that ball to the backstop without bouncing it or throwing it over, and that is how you record an out, essentially getting the out at first base.
What if one of the umpire that's recording that one that you see messes up? Do we have other umpires that could back them up?
Absolutely. So we have 3 out here all the time, and you can see them if you watch closely on the stream. They're the 2 with the stopwatches over here on the corners by first and third base. And if any one of them is off, they'll pull that one out. And if anything is really close, they'll combine the times and find the average so that we are very accurate.
What a good piece of hitting by a bar right over Ryan Rush's head. Gets on base as Billy Santijuan now up to bat.
Who has made good contact at every at-bat he's had so far. I think he has one hit and a hard line out already. That's not the guy you want up there right now.
If I'm Casey Nielsen, I'm getting ready on that second base side.
Absolutely. It's hard to defend a hitter like Billy because you really can't play him anywhere.
And we have who else is getting traded in that poll?
Ooh, we got a whole new list. Ooh, who else? It's between Sean Merciel, Adam Couts, Kyle Lohman, Brandon Gregg, and the Roosh brothers. I like to see the Roosh brothers come to my team. I think they'd be real fun to have.
Outside, that's going to load a full count right here. And it does go to Casey. He's going to have to make a play. Should be an easy one. Sashi's going to hold it on two.
I like that. That time was getting up pretty high. May have had a shot for it, but I feel like there's a lot more risk in that situation trying to rush a throw home.
And Real Racing Roots is saying, knee pad Chad did say the Lightning were not involved in a trade last night.
That is interesting. That rules a few people out here.
Yeah, but Chad also raises tortoises. I don't know if I could believe exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, you've heard it from Trench. People who raise tortoises are not trustworthy.
Oh, and they have to make that play.
Yeah, someone has to knock that one down. That ball was hit hard, but it wasn't hit hard enough where it should have gotten through without someone getting a hand on it.
Yeah, and you know how finicky I am about playing infield. You should never have to worry about going into the other player. You have to have this little diagonal crisscross thing going so you both can make a diving play on it.
Absolutely. And I've seen a lot of those top fielders do it. I get to watch Jesse Capps play all the time, and you'll see him talking to his fielders and be like, all right, I'm going back, you're going forward. They always know, and we've never had two fielders dive into each other.
And Battistoni is going to clear the bases right there, and the Vaderz are going to be up 3-1. And Battistoni's bat has been coming alive these last 3 weeks.
Absolutely. That was absolutely hammered straight down the line, too. Perfect. And a 2-run lead in a pitcher's duel like this, that feels like a very big number to overcome.
Yeah, especially when you're going against a Billy Santijuan, who has the lowest ERA right now in Premier League Wiffle.
Absolutely. Great job by Battistoni there.
And people believe that Kyle Lohman is going to be traded, and maybe that's why he's on the on-field. He's our on-field correspondent tonight, getting revved up to be on another squad.
What a time to get traded for Kyle. He's been red hot the last couple weeks. He has, 5 home runs in his last 6 games?
Well, when you're hot, that's the time. That's time to sell sometimes.
Absolutely. You get a lot for a player that's hot.
But let me tell you why I don't think it's going to be Kyle Lohman as Roosh strikes out Tanner Roundy. Chad admittedly said that he didn't get past his 6th grade last night, and I think Kyle Lohman is the brains behind that organization. And if you lose Lohman there might be there might be so many mistakes out there.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Kyle Lohman does so much to help the Lightning on the field and off the field. I think it would hurt them a lot to lose his knowledge and his willingness to help out in other areas.
She don't care.
If I had to bet, I think my money would be on Sean Merciel from that list.
And there's Chad right there. When he's not a wiffle ball manager owner, he turns back into a tortoise. Everybody say hi to Chad. And if you're on TikTok, you don't get to see any of the fun stuff we're doing. Come on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Have a lot of fun, different camera angles, Skycam 1, instant replays. Hang out with us on the chat. And, of course, earn wiffle ball points and bet them to redeem some merchandise. Or if you have, something you want to say on the stream, you could pay for it, and we'll read what you got.
Absolutely. Yeah, send us something through. I've heard a lot of people asking for Kirby. I'll tell you exactly why we haven't seen him yet. Kirby brings balls out to pitchers who are coming into the game after a game has already started. And our pitchers have been razor sharp, so there's no need for Kirby to bring balls out to a new pitcher because there aren't any new pitchers.
That's going to take care of.
Hearing a lot of talk from these Vaderz back and forth with the Cajuns here, and I like to see it. Looks like it's all smiles. Ooh.
Is Tanner going to get there? No. It does go foul. Unfortunately, if you're on TikTok, you don't even get to see that play.
Yeah, it's out of screen for you guys. That's why you guys got to be coming over here on Twitch.
And you can see Mama Roosh really wants her Cajuns. That's Ryan's wife rooting the Cajuns on.
Again, that's Bo Evans with that bat. Missed that base hit by only a foot or two. Still looking sharp, looking to keep that hot bat going.
2-2. One out here at the bottom of the fifth. Cajuns down by 2. And that's going to take care of Bo Evans as Will Morris comes to the plate, and they need something to happen out of him right now.
Yeah, they need some momentum. You don't want to put all that pressure on those last 3 outs in the last inning. You want to do something right here, right now.
Goes to the left side. Kyle's right there to make the play for out number 3. And you can see the Vaderz really pumped up right now. And remember, sometime during this broadcast, there will be an epic trade. Go up top real quick. You can see as we do it, every time there's a trade, as great as this production is, with all the top-notch equipment we have, we go back to the handheld letter, and we open it up and reveal what's under there.
I kind of like it. It feels kind of like passing notes in school. Like I'm going to get in trouble if I get caught with it up here. So I think it makes it a little better for us.
There's Kenny Santiwan up to bat right now. And Ryan, look at how his boys come to the rescue right there after a deflection in 4.38.
And again, that's what we like to see. We like to see people get their hands on it and other fielders crashing to the ball to finish the play. Wiffle ball is a lot about the help your defense can give you. Can't just be one guy out there.
You know, the Cajuns are going to look back on this game on just a couple plays, a couple errors if they do lose this game that cost them.
Yeah, I think all their runs have come following at least one error. And those are the games that haunt you. When it gets close to that race at the end, those are the ones that hurt.
And Ethan Ibarra, that's not an instant replay. That's the same shot he had last time right up the middle for a single.
Looks like he's getting his bats going, which is the last thing the Cajuns want to see, is Ethan Ibarra making good contact.
Yeah, if he gets any elevation on any of those shots, they are just home runs, dead center, as Billy Santiwan takes a cut, goes down 0-2.
Billy always been a patient hitter. He picks the pitches out he wants to hit and hits them where he wants them.
And Will Morris right there. And I love that the inspector is going back to TikTok to say, listen, you got to come on over to Twitch. Smart man right there. That's MVP status. It's Kyle Etter in the batter's box. Ryan, good play. And we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th. Cajuns trailing by 2. Taylor, what do you think? They're going to manufacture a couple right here, or do you think this game's going to end 3-1?
I think that the Cajuns will produce 1 run, and I think they will fall just short. I think Billy's going to get this one through. He's going to finish strong here. I think they might get a solo shot. They might get someone on and clear the bases, but I think at best they score 1. But I do not think they'll finish the comeback right here.
Yeah, and if Billy completes this game, which we think he will, how many complete games does he have now?
Man,
it's like 8 or 9?
Yeah, it's up there. He's coming close on double digits, which to think halfway through the season, that means nearly every start that he's thrown, he's finished. Which that's hard to do. That's really hard to do.
I mean, he has a sub-1 ERA. I think it's like .86. That's Nathan Roosh up to bat right now. Heroic Bison is closing in on 50,000 wiffle ball points.
That's more than I have. Ooh, I heard something. It must not have been metal, though.
Is that true?
I'm not sure what's going on with that one.
Trench Billy has 6 complete games this year, 4 of them shutouts.
6 complete games, 4 of them shutout. He's working on his 7th one right now. And other than an Andrew Leday solo shot, it would have been another shutout.
Yeah.
But Casey Nielsen gives him life. And
One swing away from tying it up now.
the man who produced the only run for the Cajuns is up to bat. If you're Billy Santiwan, you're going right after him, right?
Absolutely. And it feels like this is always how it goes, too. When a team has a chance, it feels like it's always the best hitter on the team you've got to get through to finish it off.
What a great take by Andrew Leday.
I don't know how you feel, Trench, but it feels like out here with wiffle ball, it's scripted.
Oh, and he barely misses that one. If he turns on it a little bit more, that ball is gone. And the Vaderz are 1 out away from securing game number 1. And Ryan Roosh is up to bat right now. How fitting. And you can see Mama Roosh on the container, hoping her man could produce for their family.
Pitcher on pitcher here. Let's see who wants it more.
And this is going to be a single to the right side as Bo Evans is going to be up to bat. We were talking about how he's a clutch hitter, and a clean single right now would tie the game.
Well, it wouldn't quite
Or,
tie the game.
I'm sorry, a
Trench.
clean double would tie the game.
Yes, anything to that wall is going to tie the game. And if he hits anything over, it's going to win the game for the Cajuns.
Wow, some drama happening here.
Yeah, I'd love to see a double right here. Shoot it right back up the middle. Wide gap there.
But instead, it's a rollover to Ethan, and game over. The Vaderz take game number 1.
Absolutely. They gave us a little scare. Definitely put some fear into the Vaderz there. Made sure that they felt their presence, got their bats going a bit, but it just wasn't enough in the end.
Yeah, a couple errors by the Cajuns really cost them. We're going to go into game number 2, and we'll talk to Kyle Lohman, our on-field correspondent, and we'll have him talk to Billy Santiwan after that win. We'll be right back in 15 seconds. Welcome back, PLW Nation. You just watched the Vaderz take a game from the Cajuns. The Cajuns try to put up a fight there in the bottom of the 6th. Got a couple runners on. Couldn't produce. Andrew Leday barely missing a ball right there. Finally, Billy, sealed the deal with his complete game. And I think he said that was his 7th complete game.
7th complete game. Wow.
Wow, what a great game. Remember to get your wiffle ball points in on game number 2 as we have Nathan Roosh on the bump, and we'll have to see who is going to go for the Vaderz. I'm going to think it's going to be Tanner Roundy in game number 2, but we'll have to confirm that from Kyle Lohman.
I would expect to see Tanner Roundy as well. I'm surprised, actually, to see another Roosh brother out here right after each other. I feel like they're such similar pitchers, just from different arms. Well, a righty and a lefty here.
Kyle Lohman, Billy's busy right now. Why don't you talk to the fans, to Sasai right now, and how he feels after game number 1 win?
Sasai is really jonesing to hear this trade. I actually know what the details of it are, and he's really trying to get it out of me, but I want to hear more about what you saw out of Billy Santiwan there in game 1 instead of this trade.
He's really good, so everybody knows that, though, so... But he's solid, definitely. No pressure, that guy. He can't even crack a smile to Ryan Roosh, and that's like the guy you want to smile to, but no smile out of that guy.
Do you think as the weather warms up here, maybe the knuckleball starts to dance a little less and maybe becomes less effective, or do you think he's got the capabilities of overcoming temperature change and maybe we'll figure out a way to continue to baffle hitters?
We have a secret lady who does pedicures, and so she'll keep those nails nice and going for the summer, so he'll still be dancing for sure.
Wow.
That's how
you heard the secret here.
That's how intense PLW is they won't even identify the person that gives them their manis and petties so that nobody else could throw the exact knuckleball that Billy throws. What do you think about that, Taylor?
You know what? I'm not surprised to see it. And that is the second person in 2 days for me who has told me that the secret to a knuckleball is a good manicure.
Wow. That should be, GK, that should be one of the things that the secret to a good knuckleball is a good manicure. PLW.
Absolutely. Stein threw me one just yesterday, and it was disgusting. It was a great knuckleball. It looked like one of Billy's.
Let me tell you, I have a prediction. And what is this? It looks like a man with a foot and a bat with a wiffle ball in a very large city with cranes.
That's a familiar-looking bat, if you ask me. I think I've seen that one before.
That bat might have been broken in his big slump that he was having. I wonder why you'd bring a bat that you're not having good juju with out on a vacation.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's like a breakup vacation. And so he's taking it with him. They're kind of saying their last farewells, and they're going to split ways at the end of it.
I wonder if he's going to bury that on one of the secret beaches that he has been going to on his yoga retreats. Yeah. As we're going to go into game number 2. Am I ready to reveal this right now, Taylor, or is the chat not pumped up enough? Is the field energy not pumped up enough? What do you think?
You know, I'm seeing a lot of noise here in the chat, but I'm not seeing enough.
I got to see a little bit more noise in it, and then I think I'm going to reveal it. And we haven't even crossed 400 viewers yet, so if they want to bring over some people and get over 400 viewers, that's what we need to reveal something of a big trade like this. So my engine's not quite revved up, Taylor, and you know I'm a revved up guy.
Absolutely. So, and I think I'm with you on that. I think we need a few more people here to watch and see. This is big news. This isn't small news in 384. That's small news.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute. Not yet. I mean, people are talking. Come on. I'm making loud noises. Let me make a prediction, though.
Trench, one of the managers, possibly that's involved in the trade.
Come a little closer, Kyle.
So one of the managers that's involved in the trade might have just walked in. I'm not sure, though.
Wow. One of the managers possibly involved in the trade has walked upon Hideaway Field.
I'm trying to see which manager walked on the field, and I can't see anybody from this angle, Trench.
Wow. Big time stuff going on. All right, let's get into game number 2, but let me make my prediction real quick. We're going Vaderz this time. I feel like they're pumped up. I'm a little suspect about Nathan Roosh on the mound. I don't know if he has experience to go against a team like the Vaderz, but here we go. Game number 2, Roosh versus Ethan Ibarra. And goes double nickels inside bar right off the bat.
I think he must have heard you say that. I think he's coming after you with that, Trench, trying to show you what he's capable of. Ethan being patient as always.
A lot of wiffle ball points coming on the Vaderz, -1.5 right now. Cajuns following in suit with 100,000 on this Friday night game number 2 as Ethan takes a man hack, swing and a miss, strikeout number 1. I wonder if it's too late to turn back my hat.
I like what I'm seeing from Nathan Roosh so far on that. Speeding him up, keeping it in the zone where I thought he could hit it, but as you saw, he was late. It's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, last time he was on the mound, I was actually very impressed with what he was doing, but I need to see if this is a consistent thing. Okay, absolutely. I'm making the hat switch right now.
Seeing good things so far, though. Ooh, that's a good pitch. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Nathan. I haven't seen him throw with this much movement before. He's always had the control and the knowledge to know how to get hitters out, but I'm seeing movement start to come behind this too, and that's going to make him dangerous.
He's got that sidearm Clint Eastwood, sling right there. 57 gets Billy swinging and missing, and let's see what Kyle Eddard can do. And as you know, pre-broadcast, I was saying this dude was going to put together a series. Nothing so far.
I think he's had a couple real hard hit balls, and he has had no luck with any of them. Keeps hitting them at people.
Fun fact, Nathan Roosh is one of the top-ranked pickleball players in Las Vegas. I think there's only 4 or 5 of them. I don't know.
I think Uncle B is one of them as
Is he?
well. Uncle B might not be top rated, but I know he's one of those players. He eats and breathes pickleball and wiffle ball. He is carving these hitters up right now.
And Peter Maccabee just said, I would like to say that if I'm traded, I'm on a family vacation during playoff week. Uh-oh.
Well, let's hope that's information that was disclosed if he is the one that's being traded. Real quiet out here on the field right now, Trent. You can feel both of these teams are very focused on what they're doing.
It's like when 2 heavyweight boxers are going at it, or there's a big-time matchup in boxing, and they're just kind of feeling each other out with jabs, waiting for that first pop. And we'll see who it's going to be as Gio Battistoni is up to bat. And he cleared the bases, giving the Vaderz the lead and the win last game. And I really like his game, and he's really stepped up his stream team experience. He was on Skycam last night.
I saw him on Skycam. He did great up there.
Like to see him as he shoots it to the right side and to get to the wall, and it is another double by Gio Battistoni, and that's going to score Kyle Eder. And the Vaderz are rocking.
He is just a doubles machine. I feel like every time I'm watching him hit, it's always a double. Puts everything to the wall, hits it hard, gets it right out there, clears the bases.
Here's Tanner Roundy. Top of the first, game number 2. Vaderz up early 1-0 with a Gio Battistoni double to the right side as Tanner Roundy takes ball number 1.
Here's one thing that I think is crazy about the Vaderz.
What's crazy?
Is that last season, Tanner Roundy was their best hitter.
Yeah.
And it wasn't close. He was their best hitter. He had a lot of power numbers, great contact, great average. He was their best. And he has been in a slump all season, and they are still rolling over nearly every team that they face without their former best hitter.
Good play by Casey. Wow. Jump. Makes the throw. I thought he was going to turf that, actually.
I thought he was going to as well, but kind of got bailed out a little bit there by hitting Roundy actually in the back as he came in.
I want to go back to that picture of the foot and the wiffle ball bat. We have that? There it is once again. And if that is Tanik, he's definitely on. He's just about mid-high rise. I would have had him on the top shelf. Maybe things aren't going so good. Couldn't get that top suite. He's going a little bit more budget suite, middle of the rotor right there.
Couldn't get the penthouse this time. Maybe he's just trying to be humble, you know?
Yeah, he is a humble guy.
He's trying to play it down a little bit.
There's that epic trade we've been talking about, but again, just not pumped up enough. But we're gonna get there. It's gonna happen, but just not there. I'm just quite not there yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting on some noise. Give us a good reason to, and we might open it up sooner.
Yeah, like maybe throw out some bits out there. Maybe gift a sub,
yeah, throw
something. Show
out.
some love so you can't wait any longer. A lackluster performance right now, I think, by our fan base, and we're gonna have to change that around, Taylor. And we got the 3-time MVP in the commentating booth, and this doesn't happen very much. Better make some noise.
Like to see it. Want to hear some noise? Want to see what you guys... I mean, we all want to know what's in the trade. I don't know what's in there.
I want to talk about your hand real quick, Taylor. We see you shaking it around quite a bit. What's your health like, man? Can you express that to the fan base out there?
Sure. So the break that I had in my hand, I broke 2 of the bones, my middle finger and my ring fingers, metatarsal 3 and 4, and I had 2 spiral fractures, and that was exactly 10 weeks ago on Sunday.
Oof.
And so I am cleared for full activity after Sunday, but I did a grip test strength today, and I can pull 70 pounds with my left and 185 with my right. So I don't know the math, but I think that puts me at about 40% strength with my left hand and a lot of pain when I swing.
What's the timetable you think before you get, say, to 140 or 150 pound strength on your left-hand side, almost complete?
I'd probably give myself another month or a month and a half. I feel close with my swing, though. When I'm swinging, it's feeling natural enough where I feel like I can be myself, but I'm just not quite there.
Yeah, as Lede shoots one up the gap for a base hit. So you could hear that, folks. He's about a month away from being full TB7, and you still at whatever 60% is still a dangerous hitter up there in the box. And of course, your pitching has always been on point.
Yeah, and that's just Lede right there doing Lede things. Keeping the ball up the middle, keeping that swing nice and short, just hitting the ball where it's pitched. I love to see it. Love watching him hit.
Yeah, Roundy. He's got a nasty screwball.
He does. He has one of the best in the league for sure. And he loves to throw it down there below the zone because it looks like it's going to be a strike for so long.
And Roosh goes right side. Lede is going to go to third base, and the Cajuns, with no outs, have runners on the corners and are threatening. And this is a big spot for the Cajuns right now, as they're going to have to produce some runs with Bo Evans coming up to bat.
Now, here in the Premier League Wiffle as well, this is the one situation where a base runner could actually run, is the tag-up play there at third base. But I think they're going to be a little gun-shy about sending him because we have two of the best arms in the league in the outfield right now.
Yeah, and Andrew Lede, I don't believe, won the 40-yard dash.
And on top of that, I know he has knee issues as well. So
He always says that he's not the fastest guy in PLW.
But we did also see Jason Stevenson with his knees take one just the other day on a tag-up. So you never know what you're going to see. You might catch someone sleeping out there and sneak it in. He's smart, so he's watching.
And remember, and that's going to be ball four.
Bases loaded right there.
Bases loaded, and the dangerous Will Morris is up to bat right now. If the player in the outfield does catch it and a player tags up and they throw it, does it have to hit the backstop on the fly?
No, it just has to get to the backstop. I think they're trying to do it just like a baseball play where if it bounces, that catcher can still pick it up and make the tag. So it just has to get here.
And what if the throw misses the backstop? Is that an error, and then the run... that run score? Would another run score?
So it'd be out of play, just like if you thrown it out of play from the infield. And so every runner would get 2 bases from there.
Gotcha.
So it's a dangerous play. You don't want to just make the throw if you think he's going to run. You want to make the throw when he runs and you know that he's going home because there is risk involved with it.
Yeah, you'd hate to make that throw with a no run and then you miss the backstop, giving them some free runs right there.
Yep, and I've seen it happen, and then those ones hurt. Those mistakes hurt because that is a run every time.
Will Morris goes down on a Tiger uppercut on the inside, and the Cajuns have to strike right here. Bases loaded, no outs, now 1. They got to come with something.
Yeah, and in that situation, you want to see some kind of contact. The last thing you want is a strikeout. It's the only situation where you're guaranteed that there's no chance you can score a run.
Oh, Tanner barely misses that screwball, 56.
That was disgusting, too. There was no chance of hitting that.
A little bit of a bailout because it didn't come in at 55 or under. 2-1 count. He has to hit pan right here, Taylor. What do you think he's going to throw?
I think he's going to go back to his screwball. I feel like that's his best pitch and the one he's most comfortable throwing.
And he does throw it, and he misses outside. 3-1 count. Now you have to throw a 3/4 cookie probably, right?
I think so, but I see Ryan out there trying to give him the red light, so he is not looking to swing.
And Tanner, is that his second walk?
That was his second one, I believe.
And that's going to walk in a run, and Tanner's done. Yeah, that's 2 walks.
That's 2, I believe.
And they don't want to bring in Billy right here to waste an inning.
Yeah, you can't. But at the same time, you have 1 out and the base is loaded.
Who do they have in their bullpen? Kenny Santiwan. But other than that, I don't see another Vader that could throw other than Sasai.
Yeah, that's dangerous right there.
So in this series right now, this is why they're having a big discussion. And Billy's coming in. They're gonna use an inning on Billy. He's gonna try to get out of this jam. And that's the one thing we've been talking about Tanner all year long. He's got the stuff. Mm-hmm. He's just not consistent with it.
Yeah, and consistency is key. You see a lot of pitchers who just are nasty but can't throw strikes, and all of them, I mean, you can't be effective out here if you can't throw strikes. You have to be able to hit that zone when you need to.
And Billy said, get Kirby Bucket out of here. I don't need him. He had one warm-up pitch. A little disrespectful to Kirby right there. And Ethan goes in there for a little bucket drop.
That's true.
Wow.
I see in the chat here, they're talking that Slusher was below the line. Jake Slusher, who I know pitches,
Haven't seen him.
but I don't see him down that line anywhere.
That's how important it is to get your guys to hideaway field for situations like this. And Billy's going to have to use a 7th inning right here with basically 2 games to go. He only has 2 innings left after this.
And that's dangerous. They're going to need him. They're going to need that arm, and they're wasting one of those valuable innings right here.
It's going to be Kenny Santiwan that's going to have to put in some inning work.
I think so. And I think the Cajuns here would really like to put up a couple runs on Billy. I think that would do a lot for their momentum to strike right here against Billy, the guy that just held him to 1 run last game.
Yeah, misses outside, evens up the count 2-2. In a 1-1 game, bases loaded. Cajuns threatening, now it's a full count. But Billy, he could throw down the pan because it's a knuckleball. That's the one great thing about having a knuckle, is he could do that. That's going to be 2 outs as Andrew Leday, who's barely been missing the ball after his first inning home run.
Yeah, and he's definitely looking to get a ball into the outfield here. He wants a couple more runs to come in, and he wants them right now on Billy while he uses one of his innings.
And that was the swing right there. That would have went right back up the gap and scored 2, but instead goes down 0-2. Goes to the right side.
Oh, and that's clean. That's going to
Splits the
bring 2
gap.
in.
The best hitter in the league, Andrew Leday, has his eyes on that knuckle ball, gives him the knuckle sandwich in between those 2 defenders.
And that right there is an Andrew Leday hit that I've seen him do so many times. It's like he picks the spots he wants it, sees the defense, and puts it exactly where he wants it. He gets those bases and he gets those runs in. Great at bat right there.
Man, he is a great, great hitter. Could put it anywhere he wants, as Ryan's going to go to Ethan. Goes to, and that's going to be out number 3, but not after the Cajuns come back and score 3. And all 3 of those runs are going to be charged, I believe, to Tanner Roundy.
Yes, they are.
And I think the Vaderz are a little bit in trouble because that's the 7th inning for Billy. Tanner's out of the game, and only Kenny Santiwan that I know of that could pitch is remaining on the Vaderz squad.
Yes, they have Kenny, and I know that we've also seen Sasai throw some innings before. But again, Kenny's a rookie this year, and not only is he a rookie, but he came up partway through the season, so he's very green. And Sasai just didn't grow up playing a lot of baseball. He has a good knuckleball,
Yeah.
but he's vulnerable to good hitters, and the Cajuns have a lot of good hitters.
Yeah. And it looks like, look at the Vaderz squad. They're texting Jake Slusher right now saying, you better get over here, dude. We're down 3-1. You were below the line, supposed to be one of our relief pitchers.
Yeah, they're going to be needing that arm as soon as he can get it here. And let's see if Nathan, Ryan, I want to keep calling him his brother's name. Let's see if Nathan can keep that momentum he had from the first inning going here. He looked real nasty, had a walk in just that single, but he looked real good.
Long fly ball. Will Morris one-handed right there in front of Leilani. Makes an out. What a play. Incredible.
Trench, I think that was going to be a home run. I think he took back a home run one-handed right there on that ball, slicing back away from him. What an incredible play.
Man, when you're like 6'4" and you got a big wingspan like that, you could definitely take some footage off that ball.
Absolutely. He made that look easy, catching it one-handed like that, leaning against the fence. I wish it was that easy for me.
I'm reading the chat right now. They're a little upset that we haven't been reading in the last 5 minutes. But there's a lot of stuff going on. We have to commentate the game, keep our eyes on not only the chat that we have, but there's another chat with all the executive stream team guys that we got to have. And then we have people in our ear as well, like Skycam 1 and our iPad guys and the guys downstairs. So there's a lot of stuff going on, checking out TikTok. They're just, you know what it is? They're excited about the trade. So they're getting a little antsy. They're poking at us a little bit. You know, they might have to have a little snack. Maybe they're a little hangry.
Yeah, they're getting a little hangry. But here's my opinion on it. Like, how could you be upset about anything? You're watching Premier League Wiffle right now. Like, I just don't understand how you get asked for more. Like, what could be better than this?
That's why I love you, man. It's sometimes you come in with the most epic things like that make sense, and that's why I need you here sometimes. Love having you here. As you can see, some fan base out there on the container watching Premier League Wiffle as Sasai, after he was just talking about his man Billy, is, who can touch him. He's going to have to be on the mound, and this is a dangerous spot for Sasai. I don't know if he's going to last too long against these Cajuns hitters.
I don't know either, and especially the style of hitting I see from a lot of these Cajuns. Sasai likes to attack the inside half of the plate. I see that from him a lot, and I see a lot of hitters on these Cajuns who do a lot of damage on the inside half of the plate. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Sasai tries to pitch to these guys, because I feel like his pitches are going to be very wide open for them to do damage to.
And here we go. Current poll. Why don't you read that, Taylor?
All right, teams involved with the trade. Lightning Snappers, Warbirds and Night Owls, Bombers and Sand Vipers, Vaderz and Warbirds, or Night Owls and Vaderz.
I'm surprised that they don't have the Sand Vipers and Warbirds up there. As you know, Commissioner Adam Tannick and the War Chicken up late at night messaging each other. They are trigger happy with their trades. As you could see, Bird out there decided he didn't want to get any elevation on his day.
Didn't want to make the climb.
As Bo Evans.
Yeah, I agree with that. I see Adam and Chris Warfield constantly talking about trades and asking about trades. And yet here we are without those two together on there.
Bo up the middle against Sasai. That's going to be a base hit. And Kyle has to be careful out there in the outfield. He does have that ankle injury.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason that he fell the way he did, was trying to shy away from that foot. If you see, he kind of starts to slide and kind of pulls that foot back. You'd rather fall than re-injure the ankle.
Yeah, no doubt. And he does have a slight limp sometimes when he gets a little tender, as Will Morris up to bat. And if Sasai throws his hanging curve, watch out for Will getting jiggy with it.
Absolutely. And if you notice on that pitch, he attacked the inside half of the plate for Bo. And Bo has always hit that inside half of the plate very hard. Have to be able to attack him away if you want to get him out.
And Kyle is hoping that he can avoid surgery on it. And that's something your boy Shane Weber was avoiding for many years, and he had to get surgery finally deep into his career here in the PLW.
Yes,
How's he doing out there, Taylor?
You know, he's actually doing much better than even the doctors expected from him. He credits it to having injured it 8 years ago and played through it for so long. But yeah, it was within 24 hours, they had him up on the bike doing exercises and starting physical therapy. And the doctors couldn't believe that he'd had the surgery the day before.
That's amazing. I played one series for the Legends, and I can't even tie my shoes the next morning.
I feel that. Yeah, Shane Weber, he's coming back fast. He's coming back strong.
Looks like the Warbirds Night Owls trade is right there in the lead against the Bombers Sand Vipers. Those two, people know that the Sand Vipers are very lively in those trade talks. Still only 381 viewers on a Friday night. They're going to try to go turn two right here. Ethan Ibarra makes the play for a double play. That's exactly what you needed from Vader's defense. So I love seeing that.
He does look like a fielder when he throws like that. Running that way, throwing off balance and just getting it right to him. He looks like a player when he does that. Great play right there. Cajuns need to do some damage here, though. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to keep putting runs up.
Yeah, if I'm the Cajuns right now, and I love Sasai, but I don't know if I'm going to walk him out right here. I don't know if he's going to be able to hit 2 deadpan pitches in a row.
Definitely make him work. And here we go. He's watching those pitches. Now,
Yeah.
when I see a lot of players do this too, and with the snappers, what you see a lot of is us swinging at 3-1 counts. When we get a pitcher like Sasai in, we want him in there longer.
Of course.
And so there's 2 mentalities to it for sure. Like, do you want to keep hitting off someone who you feel like your team hits well, or do you want to try to get to the next guy? Then again, who is the next guy?
Right,
for the
that's what I'm
Vaderz?
saying. Sasai might be the best of the next guy, and that was ball 3. But a strikeout by Sasai. Good inning for Sasai. Gets out of there unscathed as the Cajuns are going to go back out there up 3-1. He is jonesing to know what is going on. I love that little PLW sticker right there, too.
Yeah, I like it. Wonder who placed that there.
As Nathan Roosh on the mound. Top of the 3rd, going against the Vaderz, up by 2. And that's a nice little lead, especially the Cajuns know, as we've been talking about, that their pitching bullpen very, very depleted right now. And the Bombers and the Sand Vipers take it in the chat, and I don't mind that at all. I know there's been mention of Trevor Bauer, and I know that Adam Tannick loves how powerful Trevor Bauer is. Very part of the stream team that is appealing as well.
Absolutely. Now, my big hang-up with the Bombers being in this trade is that I work with Alex 5 days a week. And Alex is a talker. I feel like if he was doing something like this behind the scenes, I would have heard something.
Maybe that's why you haven't heard something.
Exactly. And I know Alex can be crafty like that, so it wouldn't surprise me. But it kind of would, because he's also a talker.
But he's also an actor, and he's got that movie coming out called Wendy, and you don't know which side he's going to be playing when he's talking to you.
Yes. And I actually just bought my tickets to the premiere for that.
Did you? I want to go.
I'll send you the link.
Send me the link. I'm going for sure.
We'll have a whole PLW crew there for it, but we're really excited for it.
I got to go to that.
Abs can't miss that.
Can't believe you didn't invite me. I'm a little hurt. Eder to the left side. Casey Nielsen makes the throw.
Ooh, good dodge by Eder right there. About hit him in the head.
Yeah, speaking of dodge, Derek Corral took one on the Legends from right field on a tag-up play, which was a double play.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, and it hurt.
That hurts. That was a hard-hit ball. Good defense. Good play all around.
Let's see if Bo's on the move. Can't quite get there left side.
I like that slide coming into the fence like that. I don't like when I see guys just running full force towards it. I feel like it's so easy to get hurt. But if you can kind of take some speed off with that, take a little slide, get yourself there without hurting yourself, I like to see it.
I reach out to TikTok right now. Make sure you get on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. You guys are just watching one camera angle. That's not really even that great. If you come over to Twitch, multiple camera angles, instant replays, Skycam 1, and you can see zoom-ins, hang out with us in the chat. A lot of these people have been here season after season. Make sure you become part of PLW Nation. We'll see you over there. Gio is coming alive, really making himself known in that Vaderz lineup. He was kind of a ghost man for a long time, but and it's kind of a testament that we talk to these players. It takes a minute to get warmed up to wiffle ball.
Yes, it does. And from the beginning, you could see that he had the swing, but it was just a matter of getting enough reps to where he was used to how wiffle ball moves versus baseball, softball, anything else. Because it is very different here. And like you said, it takes a lot of time to really get used to it. I don't know if I've seen anybody who just came straight over to wiffle ball and was able to really hit well.
Didn't you just come over to wiffle ball?
I think it took me about 3 series. And that was in Season 1, and Season 1 was very different than it is now.
Of course.
Season 1, the pitches were softer. It felt like everybody threw a lot of get-me-over fastballs right over the middle, and I hit those hard. So I think I definitely had an advantage starting in Season 1. But But no, it took me a while. My batting average was sub 200 through my first 4 or 5 series.
Tanner goes. It went left side around second base, but landed right side.
It landed right side, so I think it's where it landed on that, because it definitely wrapped around, but I definitely landed that side.
Brunda, thanks for the subscription. Love seeing that. See, those are the types of things that get me pumped up. When I see subscriptions or gifting subs or throwing bits out there, those are things that make me want to reveal this trade even faster. Or if a bunch of people from TikTok came over right now, something like that's going to get me pumped up, as they're going to try to go 2 right here. They're going to have to hold it.
Smart play right there. Holding it, stopping the run from coming home. They were definitely running out of time to make that double play. Smart play, smart play. I'm seeing those numbers of viewers go up, too. I think people are getting excited to know what's happening with this big epic trade.
Here's Ethan Ibarra.
With 2 outs.
And he came alive, and he made him pay. That's a 3-run triple, and he kind of laid that pitch high in there. And Ibarra, there's no doubt, that's a no-doubter.
Yeah, you can't put that there for Ethan Ibarra, or he's going to do that. Honestly, I think he's lucky that Ethan is still standing on third base and that ball didn't go out.
Yeah, that's going to tie up the game. 3-3 in the 3rd inning, and a man on third. 3s all around. Is Billy Santiwan number 3?
That would be a great question. If he was, it would be destiny. That'd be the wiffle ball gods.
He is. Look at that.
There we go. Everywhere. 3s all around. Something's going to happen.
Oh, man. And if he gets out, that'd be the 3rd out.
The 3rd out. It's just
I might have
destiny.
to go play number 3
He's got
on the roulette wheel tonight.
I think it's going to have to get to 3 balls. And then on the 3rd strike, something's going to happen.
For the 3rd out. Do something, Billy. 380 viewers. We're getting closer. It's going to go back to Nathan, but not after they tie this game. As Pella, thank you for your subscription. I'm getting pumped up. I think I'm going to do it right now.
Is it time?
I think I'm going to do it. We're going to take a break right here in the middle of the game, and I'm going to reveal what's going on. Are you guys ready out there? We ready, Nick?
I see this chat making some noise here. I think they're ready.
Here we go. You guys ready in there? I want to see thumbs up, light up the chat right now. I need to see all thumbs up in there for me to do it.
I'm seeing some noise. I'm seeing that chat
Here
move.
we go. I need to see thumbs up.
Oh, I see him trying to predict you getting traded, which I feel is extremely unlikely.
And there's one thumb up, and here they come. Thumbs up everywhere.
There we go.
Loving this. Give me a drum roll, Taylor. It's taped.
It's
unbelievable.
Taped. They tricked us. It wasn't like those schoolyard notes, was it? We've got all the Cajuns, all the Vaderz here watching too. And everybody wants to know.
Here we go. In the epic trade of PLW Season 4, ending of week number 8. It is between the Night Owls and the Warbirds.
No surprises there.
The Night Owls will be getting Logan Christie, Sean Mercel, and the Warbirds 2022 spring first-round pick. 4, and the Warbirds will be getting Brandon Mayo, Maddie Levine, and a free agent chip. And there you have it, a big trade. Logan Christie and Sean Mercel are going to be Night Owls, and Brandon Mayo and Maddie Levine, longtime veterans, and you can see it on the screen, going to the Warbirds. Taylor, take a look at that. It's on the screen right now. What do you think about that? Brandon Mayo, what a workhorse. Maddie Levine, a veteran in the league, switching out for Logan Christie, who was just traded to the Warbirds.
Yeah.
Saw 2 at-bats, one-handed with a broken arm, and he's not ready for another 3 weeks. And Sean Mercel, the Italian-Canadian Frenchman, going to be a shortstop over there on the Night Owls.
I like what I see so far. In my opinion, I feel like the Warbirds are winning this right now.
Let's get that trade up there one more time so we could see it for the fans at home. Thank you so much.
But one of the main reasons I say that is because, as you know, Logan Christie is still hurt. It's going to be a few weeks before he's back, and then a while before he's at 100%. And to get Brandon Mayo on the Warbirds,
so they have Dodos, Patricus, Mayo, Maccabee. That's a good little pitching crew right there.
That's a deep pitching staff, and pitching wins championships. So I think right now for this season, I think that's favoring the Warbirds for sure. Next season when Logan's back, I think we'll see that kind of even back out. But for now, excellent trade by the Warbirds. Like what I'm seeing.
Wow, that's a big time trade right there as Brandon Mayo. He's one of the elite pitchers here in the PLW. He's going to be a Warbird. We got to see him in a Warbird jersey now. That's very different. And then Sean Marcel going to the Night Owls. They could use a little defense over there as well.
They could. And they could use his bat if he can get that going. I know he's been a little cold, but he's a hitter. Like, there's slumps, there's hot streaks, and he's just in a slump. He'll come out of it. And I'd like to see him do some damage with that bat over there, too.
And that's going to be a walk for Sasai, and he's done. And they're going to have to go to, Kenny Santiwan. And this is their basically their final guy out there before really bad things happen.
Yeah. And I wonder here how trigger happy they're going to be in going back to Billy if this game stays this close as we get closer to the end of the game here. He has 2 innings left. Like, do we put him back in for the 5th and 6th inning, or are they going to be a little more gun-shy about that and save him for game 3?
You're the manager of the Vaderz. What do you do?
I would need to see some offense from my team before I'd be willing to put my ace and use his last innings up. I'd need them to make noise first.
Yeah, you got to see a run come across and then maybe ice him right there and try to win. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it could be another little pitcher's duel going into the 6th, and you lose by 1, and Billy's done. And so you would lose game 2, and then you have to rely on Tanner and then Kenny and Sasai once again for game number 3. And Tanner can't start game 3.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be Kenny starting game number 3.
Yeah. So it's a dangerous situation. I would need my guys to put a couple runs up, and I would want Billy to protect a lead. That's what I would bring him in for. Because winning a game, that's worth 2 innings in the last 2 innings for sure.
Remember, a free agent chip as well in that trade is very, very big, and that looms large as you could use that on a player that's not even in the league, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Pick him up from anywhere and bring him straight onto your team.
Wow.
So I wonder if they have someone in mind for that free agent chip. Because we've seen a lot of big players come from using those free agent chips.
Yeah, it's very rare as Kenny does walk Ryan right there for runners on 1st and 2nd. Usually somebody's already kind of in the wings talking about it. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they do have someone in mind, because usually if they do, that someone's going to be a stud.
I mean, yeah, so the Warbirds get a free agent chip? That's big.
That is big.
And you know the War Chicken definitely has somebody going, as that's going to be ball 3, and the Vaderz are in trouble if he can't get Bo Evans out right here, as they're going to have to either go to Gio or Ethan or Kyle Etter. And that's going to do it. Load the bases, and Kenny's done. And it looks like Kyle Etter is going to be making, this might be his first appearance on the mound, and this might not look too great.
Yeah.
And Kirby's got to come out there. Oh, Kirby's still digesting that trade.
And what a difficult position to come in to make your PLW pitching
And there's
debut.
Kirby.
Bases loaded, nobody out, and Kenny just walked 2 batters on 4 straight pitches. Never even threw a strike.
Yeah, remember Kyle, he's a ball player, though, and he knows how to throw a baseball from short to first and, pitching mound to home, maybe not as a pitcher, but you could play some backyard ball.
Absolutely. And watching these warm-ups, like these pitches he's throwing, he's getting movement on them. Like, he looks like a pitcher. He doesn't look like they're just bringing someone in to just throw cookies to these hitters and hope that they hit it at someone. It looks like he's actually a pitcher. So I like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, and most people do look like pitchers before somebody steps into the box, though.
That is very true. your ability to hit the zone, for whatever reason, it changes when there is someone standing right there next to it.
And the Lightning still have a free agent chip as well. So the Warbirds still have one. The Lightning still have one. Is that it?
That's the only ones that I know of are those two.
Here's Will against Kyle Etter. And ball goes outside. It's a different thing when you see a big 6'4" monster jump in the box that could hit a grand slam.
And you see those nerves, too, a little bit hot on that as well at 56.
Throws a good dip ball right there at 54.
Yeah. Great movement on that. Let's see if he can do that again and get him to chase a second time right here.
I'm liking what I'm seeing. Again, Andrew Leday on third. Tag-up situation is possible. 2-2 count. This is a money pitch right here.
Yeah. As a hitter in this situation, I feel like you have to be so selective with a new pitcher coming in. It's one spot, one zone, you pull the trigger. But when you get aggressive with these new pitchers, you chase pitches
Kyle
out
on
of
the
zone.
move. That's a good first out by Kyle Etter.
Yeah, excellent job there, putting that pitch high and tight where he couldn't do much damage on it, and all he could do is pop it up. Oh, I see someone calling his shot. He's pointing to center field.
Way inside, ball number 1. And Tanik is finally in a city with good Wi-Fi. I hope he gets a pedicure with that foot hanging out there in that slide.
Get a pedicure, get a manicure. Who knows? Maybe he'll come back and know how to throw a knuckleball.
That's going to be 54 outside, 3-1.
Yeah,
he's got to hit a strike, otherwise he's going to walk in a run.
Yeah. And this is the spot where I think you would see a cookie. And again, I see Ryan out there giving him the red light. And I would much rather see him pull the trigger.
And he doesn't listen to his brother. Ryan said red light. His brother said green light, and now it's 3-2. And that's going to be a walk, and he walks in a run.
Still gets the walk.
And he's going to have to, he's got one walk now. If he gets another one, he'll walk out of the game. And then we're going to have to look at either Gio or Ethan Ibarra, and this game could get really ugly really fast. This could be a mercy game if it goes down to the 5th and 6th pitchers.
Yeah. There's a lot of damage that can be done right here. And they need to push these runs across. If you're rooting for the Cajuns here, we got to see something. And it looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, if I'm Casey, I don't know if I'm swinging quite yet till I see a strike.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking one spot, one zone. You leave it middle up, and I'm going to try to hit a grand slam off of you. Everywhere else, I'm watching it until I know for sure that you can hit that zone twice. I love to see it. I see him chirping back and forth with Ryan there.
Oh, good pitch by Etter right there for a strike, 2-2.
That is a great comeback pitch right there, just catching that outside bar.
3-2, and remember, the Vaderz not only are missing Scott Burley, but they're also missing Nate Stepna tonight.
Yes.
So that's the effects that could happen when you have definitely a star player gone and a mid-reliever.
Yeah. Very thin on the pitching staff
and
today.
Swings at ball number 4. And Andrew Leday up to bat right now. Big spot for him, and he's got one of the best eyes in the game.
Best eyes, best bats. Not the guy you want to face in this situation right here.
Good pitch by Etter. The one advantage that I always see, and I forget who I was talking to about this, is when you don't see a pitcher you normally see, like you don't know what they have quite yet.
Absolutely. Because you kind of just have to guess. Like, he releases it, and you have to try to read spin and movement as it comes to you rather than kind of knowing this pitcher's tendencies and what they usually do. And that does make it a lot harder to make good contact.
You know, if you were going to face, say, like a Brandon Mayo, you know he's got a good 12-6, and he comes from the side slot and has good movement. You don't know what Kyle has yet.
Yeah, I don't know if Kyle knows what he has yet. But looking at Lede here, he does not look worried. He looks very confident.
Oh, solid contact right there, but Kyle Eder gets out of there, only giving up 1 run, but he's stoked about that, but he's got some more innings to go.
Definitely, I feel like kind of got away with one there to Lede. Lede hammered that ball. And very fortunately for the Vaderz, went right into the hands of Tanner Roundy in the outfield.
Yeah, fortunate enough. As you can see, Greg Kelly going to work on the camera there in center field. They still got their work cut out for them, good though they got out of that inning. If the Cajuns could come right back in, Kyle Eder has his work cut out for him. I don't know if he's going to be able to go the distance. If he does, kudos to him, and they might have a chance to win and maybe even see Billy in a spot come back in.
He has to hold them for 1 more inning. And then if they can get a lead, they can go to Billy, and Billy can close out those last 2 with his last 2 innings.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game number 2 ending with all our viewers hanging out with us on a Friday night. I got Taylor Bryner in the commentating booth with us. He is a 3-time MVP. That says as many seasons as we've played.
That is.
And you've been in every championship game.
That we have. And unfortunately, we lost 2 of them.
Yeah, those are LeBron numbers.
Yeah, not going so well for us in those championship games. First one went great. Since then, we're looking to turn around this season.
Yeah, I remember last night you were telling me, you were like, hey, listen, we're only like 5 games out of third place.
Third, yeah.
So you guys are right there.
Less than that now because we won 2 yesterday. I think we're 4 games out of third place now.
And here's Kyle Eder. Let's see if he can help himself out.
They need to put some runs up here. I think advantage is definitely to the Cajuns with the depth of the pitching staff that they have today. They still have Lede. They still have Ryan, who still has 3 innings. And they've got a couple other guys who are serviceable pitchers in the mix there. So definitely advantage them on the pitching staff, especially with Nathan going this deep into the game.
Good eye by Eder right there. I think there's something to it that when you are a pitcher in the league, I think it makes you a tiny bit better of a hitter as well, because you could see some like arm slot areas and the movement of the ball just a tiny, tiny bit better.
Absolutely. I think when I'm pitching, I try to think in the full trajectory of the ball. And when I'm hitting, it feels like that just translates so well into what I'm seeing.
That was a great pitch by Nathan Roosh right there after falling behind 3-1, goes back-to-back balls, gets Eder right there swinging as Gio Battistoni, who is red hot, is up to bat right now.
And I believe he has 3 hits in his last 3 at-bats, with 2 of them being doubles.
Harley. Harley. Gotcha.
You can definitely feel the tension here in this game right now, though. Both of these teams want this win real bad, and they are fighting for it.
Definitely a little bit of jabbering going on. Three and one. Again, Roosh fallen behind.
He's battled back from a few of these, but constantly having to fight back is not an easy thing to do.
He's done. That's 2 walks for Nathan.
Curious to see who they go to here.
I would go to Ryan, wouldn't I? That's what I would do.
I might go to Ryan here. I might also go to Lede here as well. I know his arm's been bothering him. He's trying to limit those innings. But I know that he's such an effective pitcher. In this situation, this late in the game, I might be going to him. But Ryan, he has enough to finish out the game and get us to win right here if he can just stay effective like he has been. And he looks focused.
A lot of smack talking going on. But you remember, Roosh was a former Vader, and he just smashed that pan 3 times in a row. Let's see what happens here. Big spot for the Vaders with a runner on first. Gio Battistoni, 1 out. They'd love to turn 2 and get right back up and go and face Kyle Eder.
Yeah, they want to put those runs up, but they want to be over here with the bats in their hands as much as possible right now and get through these innings and hopefully get enough of a lead that they don't feel like they have to use their last 2 innings here with Ryan on the bump, and they can save him for a potential closeout situation in Game 3. But this right here is going to be definitely a very pivotal point of the game. Cajuns need to shut him down right here, right now.
Yeah, wait till the matchup of Kyle Eder and Ryan Roosh when he gets in the box. But right now, faces Tanner, and that's a 2-run shot from Tanner. We talked about he could hit it oppo, and the Vaders are going bananas on Ryan Roosh right now as they take the lead. If I'm Ryan, I just got to take that on the chin, get up there, throw some strikes, and get out of this inning. Big time home run by Tanner Roundy.
Yeah, absolutely hammered that pitch. And when Ryan's throwing you that ball in that outside pipe, that's exactly what you need to do with it.
Good play by Sashi. He's going to have to make the throw. Just gather yourself, hit the backstop. And right now, you know, the Cajuns have 9 outs to work with, and they know there's only 2 pitchers left on the Vaders. They just got to calm down, get these outs, and go back in there and just be patient and win this game.
Yes, and they need to stay away from Billy's last 2 innings here. They need to put runs up before Billy's on the mound.
Oh, right. Oh, that's going to be a deep fly ball to the right, and it goes foul.
Man.
Oh, yeah, they do have Billy
Yes.
still, and he's got 2 innings left, you said?
2 innings left, but 3 innings left in this game. And so the Cajuns need to make sure that they at least have a lead or a tie game before those 2 innings come into play.
Spinner ball right back to Ryan Roosh, and that's going to be out number 3, but not after. Tanner Roundy's 2-run crush opposite field gives the Vaders a 1-run lead, and this is the inning that is going to have to be decided for the Cajuns. They have to go into this
Absolutely.
5th inning up by 1 at least.
Yep, and they have Kyle Eder on the mound making his PLW debut. This is who they want there, and this is when they want to do the damage. They need it right here and right now.
Yeah, right now the Roosh's ERA inflating just like the housing market here in Las Vegas. We're at Hideaway Field. I'm Trench Picone, hanging out with my main man, TB7, Taylor Bryner. We're watching a great game number 2 as we approach 400 viewers. I like to talk to TikTok right now saying, hey, get on over here. You're missing a great broadcast on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. See all the camera angles, instant replays. Got Skycam operators hanging out with TB7 in the commentating booth. And, of course, you can bet your wiffle ball points and redeem merch and some of our stuff in the merch store as Ryan Roosh is going to have to face Kyle Eder right now. And he goes left side. Ibarra is going to have to make a throw, and that's a wide throw. An error by Ibarra. It looks like he could have squared up a little bit more on that one, Taylor.
I think he surprised himself because he stopped it with his hands, and then it kind of popped back up off of his feet, and then he was so surprised by it that he just made the quick throw without making sure to throw it right into the backstop.
And here's Bo Evans. Good eye.
hold.
Got to be patient right here. Ball number 2.
I don't know if you guys can hear Ryan all the way out there on the stream, but he is making some noise out there. He is pumped.
Ball number 3. And if I'm Bo, I am not swinging.
Absolutely. This is a situation where you want to sit and just watch.
And he does. Takes 53 in the pan. Loads up the count.
I think he's going to see another cookie right here. And that's the reason why I sit dead red in that situation. It's because you know you're either going to see ball 4 or he's going to make the same mistake and give you a cookie right down the middle.
And Slusher coming in.
Ooh.
He just came in the back door right there. Nobody even saw him. That was a little WWE move that nobody even knew. He came into the field. And that's a big-time play, but he is cold coming into a very, very intense situation.
And what a call to the bullpen. I don't know where Slusher was. I don't know where the Vaderz have their bullpen, but it did not seem like it was here at the ranch. And so wherever he came from, what a call. What a show up right here for him to be here in this situation.
Yeah, it's different coming in with no runners on, no outs, but when 2 runners are on and you're facing, some big-time hitters, it's a little bit different of a situation as we finally cross 400 viewers tonight. Keep on pouring over from TikTok. Give us some love on Twitch. We have a great fan base over here. Announced that big trade just moments ago. Brandon Mayo and going over to the Warbirds with Maddie Levine, Logan Christie, and Sean Marcel. Going over the Warbirds with a free agent chip. I'm surprised Kirby Bucket wasn't involved in that trade as Will Morris up to bat. No outs right here.
The always dangerous Will Morris.
Little hot right there. Good eye by Will. Haven't seen too much out of Will, though, tonight so far.
We have not. His swing has looked sharp, but I think he's just struggled making that last bit of contact and really barreling the ball up.
Good pitch by Slush.
Now, Slush throws, I don't know what it is he's throwing. I don't know how he does it, but it seems like when he releases it, like it's going to come in a lot faster than it does. And then he always has it under speed, just like that.
Yeah, good pitch. Way outside. Will goes after it as Devlin Daniel, the new Cajun, up to bat right now.
I don't know where these guys are coming from. It's like right when they need them, both teams have their guys just showing up.
He's a big bat.
Big hack right there.
Look at that. Gamer mom. She can't stop watching. She just stumbled in on this, and now she is locked in, part of PLW Nation. Thank you so much for coming on. If you have Amazon Prime, make sure you get your free subscription to Twitch. They have to score right here, Taylor.
That they do. This is the situation. Ooh, good hands by Devlin to get his hands to that and make contact where it was.
Remember, Devlin, a former Lightning player, now a Cajun. And you forget. Slush going off speed right there.
Great changeup for sure.
You forget that Devlin also a pitcher for the Cajuns if they ever needed him. But now Casey Nielsen up to bat. And this game's different now that Slusher's on the mound.
Absolutely. The the Vaderz now have another pitcher right here that can eat up a lot of innings and can keep them in this game. Even if they don't have to go to Billy, he could go the rest of the way. And Slusher is a very effective pitcher. Huge at bat right here for both the Cajuns and the Vaderz, though. There's a souvenir for Trench right there, coming right up in the booth.
I have a bunch. 1-2 count.
Evens up that count. It's funny how there's different moments in the pacing of these games where you can hear them chirping and going back and forth, and then it gets tense and everything just goes silent out here.
Oh, man, great take by Casey right there. That's very reminiscent of my slow little vaporizers that come in.
I don't know if I'm gutsy enough to take that pitch right there. That one was close.
And that's gone.
Oh, that's up.
And that's going to be a 3-run home run. Slurpee Slushy. And the Cajuns roar right back as he put a little chili pepper sauce on that one. And the Casey Nielsen saying, quiet, quiet.
And he is shushing the Vaderz right there, and with good reason. What a clutch at bat for the Cajuns right there. Love to see it.
Maybe not getting his work in warm-ups. Slush comes in a little bit cold.
Yes.
Now has to face Andrew Leday. And there's a lot of spin on that. That's going to be tough to field. But Slush right there makes the play for out number 3, but the damage has been done. The Cajuns tack on 3 right there and take the lead 7-5 here in game number 2. Looks like we're going to go into the top of the 5th inning.
Yes. And it's interesting to see how we keep having these home runs that flip the script, where it goes from a lead one way to a multi-scoring home run where we flip it to the other team. And I love to see it. It keeps these games so much more interesting, watching these score leads change and change and change again.
Yeah, not only that, it also flipped the script of Billy Santiwan, as he was going to come in probably in this inning right now and close out the game up 1, and now they're going to have to probably just go back to Slusher and finish this game out and see what they could do. Unless they could produce 3 runs right here.
They can push some runs across, and we might see Billy on the mound to close it out. But until then, I think they're going to save him for game 3 in another save situation. Especially knowing that their pitching staff is as depleted as it is today. I think they're going to save him here, unless something changes quick.
Ooh. You almost got a little souvenir right there.
Yeah, took it off the shoulder instead of catching it.
Careful, man. You can't be injured again. Oh, what a nasty pitch by Roosh right there. Steps off the side, reverse Mateo status right there.
Now that pitch will be devastating if he can do that consistently. As a lefty, to get that far away from a right-handed hitter, I would love to see more of that. That looks like an impossible pitch to hit if he can get that over the plate consistently.
Goes outside right there. Ball number 2.
Roosh just gets so much movement on every pitch that he throws.
It's going to be strike 2, even up the count, 2-2. Yeah, he's got that curveball, and it really, really takes a swing on you from way outside.
So difficult to pick up as a righty because he just paints it at that outside bar and just gets so much movement.
I don't like that pitch selection on 2-2, though.
Yeah.
0-2, 1-2, sure, as Eder right to Will Morris, though. Yeah, what a great swing by Eder right there. All contact, but right to Will.
Yep, hit it 110 feet on a 113-foot field for the out. So great swing, bad result.
And here's Battistoni. Once again, this dude could turn on a ball real fast.
He has been swinging a hot bat. You know something funny I found in wiffle ball? In baseball, they always say that lefties have a disadvantage facing a lefty. But in wiffle ball, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like they have an advantage, especially a pull hitter lefty has an advantage hitting off of a left-handed pitcher because everything they throw is going to break towards their bat instead of away from it.
And that's a home run. Gio Battistoni off Ryan. 7-6 now. And when you're feeling it in wiffle ball, it translates to every at-bat. It happened to Kyle Lohman a series ago. Everything he was touching was going to be a home run or a hard hit, and Gio's really coming alive. If you look up his numbers the last 3 weeks, they are on fire. And quietly, Ryan's given up, 3 runs?
3 earned runs in 2 innings. Very rare from Ryan.
I wonder if it has something to do with, these guys were in batting practice together and playing against each other a lot.
Very familiar with what he has.
I think it could, obviously it could hurt you or it could be, an advantage for you. But right now, it's not working out too well for Ryan as he's got to work on Tanner to try to get this thrown out.
Absolutely. And one thing I think that helps the Vaderz here, too, is that they've seen so many innings of Ryan today. He's in his 8th inning right here. He's thrown a lot. And so they've seen him a lot today, and they're very familiar with what he has right now.
That's going to do it for Tanner Roundy as he couldn't see what that one was all about. As we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th in this game, inches closer to a great classic one. 7-6 Cajuns going back and forth. They are chirping at each other. As you can see, Slusher coming in on the mound one more time, and the Cajuns would love to get some insurance runs right here and just ice this game.
Absolutely. So they're looking for insurance. And the Vaderz here are really going to be looking for a shutdown inning to give them a chance to push at least 2 runs across to give Billy the chance to close it out, to bring their ace back in and just end this game now. So a lot on the line here. This is turning out to be quite a game.
Roosh giving up 3 runs in 2 innings. Good catch. I tried to save the
Reaction.
3-time MVP, but he was already there before me, as you should be. Do you go back to Roosh on the mound? He's given up 3 runs in 2 innings, 2 bombs. What do you do right here?
You know, I might go to Lede in this situation. I feel like Roosh has thrown so many innings now that what would help him a lot is just some space with another pitcher in between and then potentially bring him back to close out Game 3 in a tight situation. Lede is an excellent pitcher, and he's a very different pitcher, and I think that would help them a lot.
As we jump to 430 viewers, I think what happened is Friday night, spring's coming, people are hitting that hot cocoa happy hour, and then they're back home, they're tuning in to PLW.
Yep, they're coming home now.
Right back up to Slush. Oh, and he changes the trajectory of that, and you have to let Ethan Ibarra grab that one as he was going to get that one and make a routine throw to the backstop. But single for Ryan Roosh right there.
Absolutely, and I like it a lot more when I see my pitchers checking where their defense is and knowing whether or not they should let that ball go or try to make a play. It's much better to let a fielder with 2 hands and a body in front of it just pick it up clean and make the throw than to try to stab at it with 1 hand and potentially have that exact thing happen.
Yeah, what I've been doing a little bit more is taking my time in between pitches and kind of scanning everything. And it gives a little bit of time for the commentators to kind of dissect the next pitch. These guys work really, really fast, and they rarely check their defensive alignments.
Yeah, and you need to know where your defense is on something like that because Ethan Ibarra was camped under that. It was going to be right to him, and because he tipped it, it got by him for a single, and that potentially in this situation could lead to runs, which is going to make your job even harder come the bottom half of this inning.
And here is Will Morris with 1 out. Bottom 5, 1 man on. And he goes 56.
56, just missed.
I think he went 56 last time, or that might have been Kyle, not sure.
I think Will Morris is due right here. I think we're going to see something from him.
Yep. And you were right. Good. Gets a hand on it.
That's a dirty double right there.
Yeah, you called it. That dirty double means that Ryan Roosh is going to stop on third. If it was a clean double, he scores. But since a player got a hand on it, Will and Ryan will be stopped at their respective bases, second and third.
Absolutely.
Here's Devlin.
And look at that. We got Devlin checking the field before the pitcher does out here, making sure those fielders are all ready out there.
Goes low for that one.
Chased that one. Want to see him attacking balls coming in the zone. Last thing you want to see is on an 0-0 count right there, chasing something that bounces in front of the plate. And that's up in the air.
So that's going to be 2 outs.
Ooh. Ryan stepped on the line out there. And
Did
it
he?
looks like there's a bit of a debate whether or not he crossed it. He definitely stepped on it. But
And
I'm
hold
not sure
on,
if he went over.
Gio's saying, what's the ruling on that? And they're going to go to Cody Reynolds and a little play style. And Cody Reynolds is pulling Anthony Michael to the side, and they might have to check this one out.
Yeah. In
And
that situation right there, it's definitely Anthony's call, being the player or the umpire that was right there on top of it.
Yeah, and he says, no, let's get this game going on. Who's the hottest player right now? There's a poll up, Taylor.
Who's the hottest player right now? Well, I got Ethan Ibarra on that list right there. He has been red hot. I almost want to vote for Chris Warfield for hitting a 3-run shot off Billy in his last series, though. But I'm going to read out all your guys' options for the hottest player. You've got Ethan Ibarra, Adam Couts, Bruce Uson, Chris Warfield, or Trevor Bauer?
You know, Adam Couts, he didn't hit a home run for like 6 series in a row, and then he hit a 3-run shot. It was a big-time home run for him. But it's got to be Ethan Ibarra right now, even though he's not putting up these monster numbers this game as far as being red hot after a few series. It's Ethan Ibarra, no doubt.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me that we're saying that because I think he has 4 hits today. And it's almost a disappointment for how well he's been hitting that he only has 4 hits and none of them were home runs yet.
Yeah, and I think they're all 4 singles as well, so no extra bases. And, I can't believe Lohman's not on there.
That's
and he
true.
has been red hot.
He has. A lot of home runs in his last few and a lot of hits, too.
Oh, man. Are you reading that? They're not talking about who the hottest player is. They're talking about, like, the hottest player out there.
Ooh, well, this changes everything for me.
Like, who's the hottest player? Thunder from Down Under player. That's a game changer. Can we redo the poll?
Well, yeah, Trench, I didn't see your name on there. Like,
I'm too old.
this feels like a flawed vote right here.
I'm too old. I do have all my teeth, though.
Where's
so that's
Alex? Good. Where's Alex Hernandez? I don't see his name on there.
Maybe there's going to be two polls of 5.
Ethan's running away with it, though. Big at bat right here with the bases loaded. Andrew Leday again with a big opportunity to do damage.
Oh, man, he does wait on that. As Doggy, thanks for the subscription. You are now locked in. PLW Nation. Everybody welcome P-Dog. Sassy saying it's Kyle Etter. He's a good-looking dude. Oh, right off Slush's face right there. But with the bases juiced, no runs, and this is the last chance for the Vaderz. And I got a real weird feeling that the Vaderz are going to put 1 or 2 right here.
I would love to see it. Just keep making this game better and better for me. And they have been putting runs up on Ryan, and it looks like... Do I see him walking to the mound, or do I see someone else here?
I think Ryan is going to be going up to the mound. You have to go to him. He's one of your hottest pitchers on your team. And see if he could do some work, even though he's been, giving up some runs. As Ethan Ibarra is not only the hottest player, but he's the hottest player.
He's the hottest player and the hottest player.
I love that.
He's winning every poll today. And I think you're right. I think as a manager in this situation, you want to put your best guy out there. The Vaderz have seen him well, but he's big-time Roosh. Like, he's going to step up and make it happen right here. I think he's going to get right through it.
And here we go. Kenny Santiwan, the rookie. Billy's brother right now.
And again, it's getting real quiet out here.
Yeah, it's intense. Good pitch. Double nickels for Ryan Roosh. Throws a nice little curvy 12-6.
Yeah, and he gets a lot of movement from that outside part of the plate coming in. It makes it just even harder to hit as a righty.
And here comes our second poll coming in of the sexiest player, and this one's going to be a good one.
And Trench, there you are.
At least I'm on it. I like being on it at least. Oh, and Will Morris couldn't grab that one. Ryan Roosh right off the bat.
Tough play. Great effort. Just couldn't quite hold on to it as he came down. That's a big man, a tall man coming down trying to make that play right there.
And here is Ethan Ibarra, our first poll winner of hottest, sexiest player. And then we're going to have to, what do we do, brackets after?
It goes to a head-to-head after
and
this.
Fernandez, of course, jumps ahead. That guy's a model. Good beard and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always wished I had a beard like that, but
Couldn't grow it in, huh?
Just don't have anything. Just going to look like a child my whole life.
Oh, and Ibarra. And we were just talking about that play as they do go to 2 in time.
Now, the reason that play is not going to be valid is that it was Will Morris that touched it, who was an outfielder. Had they let Bo Evans finish that play and make that throw, that would have been valid. But because it was an outfielder, everybody's safe.
Oh, no. And the Vaderz with no outs.
And again, right here, Ryan has done his job. While I wouldn't call that first one an error, it was a defensive miscue, a mistake. And that's what both of these have been.
And Adam Tanek jumps ahead.
Oh, what a play.
Huge, huge out number 1 right there.
Those situational plays like that where you can come up and shut something down are so important for these pitchers.
People are saying, why not Kirby Bucket?
Yeah,
He's got a ride at least, and basically if it's not for Kirby, we won't even be able to get balls to the pitchers.
Mm-hmm. Well, this vote is going to be interesting, isn't it?
That's gone.
That's way gone.
Eder off of Roosh, and you're going to see Billy Santiwan. And we were a little worried about Ryan Roosh there. There was nothing we could do, as Kyle's going to be chirping big time against Ryan.
And that is devastating for the Cajuns right there, because now they're going to have to try to get 2 runs off of Billy here in the bottom half of this inning.
Yeah, so far. Big, I told you, pre-broadcast, watch out for Kyle Eder, and it's holding true as Gio Battistoni is up to bat right now, double nickels. Mm-hmm. And not only that, Ryan Roosh is about out of innings.
Yes, this is it.
Maybe that's a good thing right now after them hitting really well. And you were talking about maybe bringing Andrew Leday. I thought Ryan Roosh at first, see what he could do, but that could be a second loss for the Cajuns.
Absolutely, and defense is always the name of the game out here. And we had 2 miscues and then a third out. Ryan pitched 3 outs in this inning and still managed to give up a 3-run home run. He did his job, and I think his defense let him down here today. Yeah, the wiffle ball gods did wake up. Remember, Will Morris dropped a ball, and then a mistake on the toss to second, correct? Yep. We just missed that. I want to get an outfielder instead of an infielder throwing it to second, which made everybody safe. And then the big home run. That's gone. That might go hit. Oh, look at Will Morris. Man, I thought that was going to hit the sign. It came right back, and the Vaderz are exploding with power right now. I thought that was in the trees. I can't believe that Will Morris was in a position where he could make a play on that ball. Alex Fernandez taking over the lead once again. Remember, he's got a movie coming out. I guess I'm going to be going down the red carpet with those guys. Super excited about that. Have to see what night that is. What night is that? Wow, that's a great question. I'm going to have to look that up, actually. I believe I have that. He just sent it over to me. Here's my thing with outfielders, and I've said it before a million times, and this is a night that home runs will be hit. You have to be at the wall. Why are the defenders playing in when power hitters are up, when that would have been a routine out? Absolutely. And I agree with that 100%. The only time an infielder or an outfielder on a field this small should be playing in is on those really windy and cold days where the ball is not traveling. You don't have to worry about it going over. Yeah, so you could see the distance that these home run or these balls are being hit at. I've said it a million times. I talked to the defenders on other teams, and I don't understand why they play in and they have to go backtrack. That's the hardest play to make in any type of sport, whether it's wiffle ball or baseball. Stay back. I'd rather run in on a ball than have to backpedal or over the shoulder. Yeah, absolutely. And backpedaling, too, trying to look over your shoulder, you're not as fast. So you lose speed, you lose time getting to the ball. And with the wiffle ball, like, they curve every direction that they can spin a ball, it's going to curve. So you don't know for sure which way it's going. It's much better to have it in front of you and make the play where you can see it.
And right now, I guarantee you the Vaderz are saying Kyle Eder is the sexiest man alive in PLW as he's given the lead. And poor Mama Roosh,
Yeah.
that face says it all, that her man just got dominated those couple innings.
Got beat up.
They're going to have to bounce back right here. He's going to have to get on base to give his Cajuns a chance to win, but they are facing Billy. And after, they went so deep into their bullpen that you thought the Cajuns could run away with this one, but instead the Vaderz fight back. And we have another pull up. Sexiest player. Is it Kirby Bucket? Is it the Dragon Lady? Is it Leilani, the PLW realtor? Or is it Greg Kelly?
That is a tough pull right
And
there.
Kirby
I predict Kirby Bucket
Look
running
at
away
Bucket
with it.
going
though.
off right now. And he's got the wheels. He's got those 1.5-inch rims.
Mm-hmm.
Rides low.
He's got the name. I feel like the name gives him a lot of sway here.
The Dragon Lady right there, though. Remember, she leads the league. She's gifted over like 1,100 subs or something like that. And I've said it before. I've had subs gifted before, but she gives the best sub in PLW.
It's just sweeter when it comes from Dragon Lady. Oh, and a great swing by Bo right there to punch that through.
And can Will Morris make up a couple runs right here in the bottom of the 6th?
Big time
And the
at bat
Dragon
right
Lady
here.
takes the lead.
Love to see it. She deserves it.
Takes it inside. Remember, I think the Vaderz were -1.5, weren't they?
I believe they were.
The Cajuns need to, if you're sweating right now, this is a big time bottom of the 6th.
And that swing looked really good from Morris here. It looked like he was right on top of it and just missed it. But he didn't look like that pitch mixed him up at all.
Shot to Kyle Eder for out number 2. And I keep seeing, I'm going to have to ask Greg Kelly about, people are saying that we need a moderator in TikTok. And I don't know what for. Maybe there's just a lot of garbage chat in there, but
yeah,
maybe that would help us out. And here's Devlin Daniel. That goes off his foot. Remember,
shaking that foot out.
He was wearing an ankle brace for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like this season, here in Season 4, we've had a lot of injuries throughout the entire league. I feel like we stayed pretty injury-free for Seasons 1 through 3, but for some reason, Season 4, a lot of people have been hurt.
Left side, Kenny Santiwan goes to Ibarra, and they go tag teaming right there as the Vaderz squeak out a close one against the Cajuns. Game number 2 goes to the Vaderz, and they do cover. My hat prediction falls into play, and they are they're thinking about bringing out the brooms right here. Taylor, what do you think?
I think so, especially now that they have Slusher with that extra arm here, and I mean, with Tanner Roundy having so many innings left, like I really feel like the ball's in their court at this point in time.
Yeah, you have also Slusher still a bunch of innings, and he's probably going to end up, it's either going to be Kenny or Slusher on the mound for game number 3. We'll have to confirm that. We'll be right back for game number 3. Here we are with Taylor Bryner here all night, Friday night. What do you think about this series so far?
This has been a series for the ages so far. And unfortunately for the Cajuns, it's all come up Vaderz in the end.
Yeah, ice ages for them.
Yeah, it's been a tough one. But, man, they fought, and I feel like their defense has really let them down overall so far. A lot of unearned runs coming across the score that have just cost them games and even the opportunity to be in games.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Andrew Leday. We haven't seen him on the mound. It's been all Ryan Roosh so far.
Yeah.
we're definitely going to see him in game number 3. I would think he's going to go out there on the mound, no?
I think a healthy...
Lede? Oh, Lede and Kenny Santiwan are going to be starting.
There we go, and there you have it. And that's what I would want to see. I know Lede has been dealing with some arm issues, and that's one of the main reasons he's trying to limit his innings. If you remember him even just a season ago, it seemed like every pitch he threw was just, I mean, it was breaking every direction, and it was breaking a lot. And with that arm injury he's playing through, he's lost some of that movement, and he's a little more timid out there.
I've been noticing that a little bit as well. Timid is a good word for it. Not as striking as a pitcher as he once was. And injuries do catch up with you here in the PLW. Of course, you were struck by a couple, and there's a lot of people here in PLW with ankle injuries, shoulder injuries.
Yeah.
Logan had a shoulder tear or whatnot. He'll be coming back as a night owl now. So we'll have to see how Lede does on the mound, and then who do they go to right after that? It would probably have to be
Devlin Daniel.
Devlin Daniel,
yeah.
right?
And Devlin, again, another effective pitcher, but he's always struggled staying in games for a long time. So, I mean, people don't hit him that hard, but he just walks a lot of people and doesn't end up finishing a lot of games for you.
Yeah, and you were saying that Roundy has 8 innings left, and Kirby Bucket took that poll.
He did.
So it's going to be Kirby Bucket versus Ethan Ibarra in the finals of sexiest player here out in the PLW.
Ooh.
And right now, I think we're the sexiest commentators right now on a Friday night.
Have to agree.
So
I don't see Greg Kelly up here, so it's got to be us.
Looks like we got the lineups in there. Who are the Vaderz going to sweep? There's a prediction out there. As it looks like on the Vaderz side, it's going to be Ibarra, Billy, Eder, Gio, Roundy, and Sasai.
Ooh, I like Sasai coming in there in the bottom.
In that 6th slot. What he's doing there is they took 2 of 3 so far, or they've won the first 2. He needs to get his at-bats to qualify.
Yeah.
Because I think you need, 21 games played as a offensive player to qualify to be in the playoffs. So if anything unfortunate happens, Elise Sasai is in there for the Vaderz in the playoffs.
Yeah. And you want to have that depth in the playoffs. That's a smart move. Good managerial choice.
Yeah, and on the Cajun side, when they get up, it'll be Lede, Roosh, Ryan Roosh, Evans, Morris, Devlin Daniel, and then Casey Nielsen in that 6th spot.
Absolutely. And I really think the Cajuns, their bats are coming alive. You have Morris putting good swings on the ball. Like, they have a very good opportunity to put a bunch of runs across.
I had notes and things. You know what I told myself before I commentate? I haven't done it for 3 weeks, and I tell myself I'm going to do it. But the game happens so fast.
Yeah.
For the interview that I give at the end of the game, if I just wrote down a couple of the key things that happened throughout the series, I could be like, oh, in the 2nd inning, you hit a 3-run shot.
Yeah.
Have I done it yet tonight? Not once.
Not yet.
I'm failing in that department.
We're just relying on the old brain up here.
Yeah, but old Trenchy, that's what he is. Old.
Man, I'm not even old. I don't have that excuse.
Man. So, wiffle ball points pouring in on the Cajuns, 86,000 so far.
Like
60,000 on the Vaderz -1.5. Who do you like? Game number 3. I'm going to give my prediction hat here in a second. Here we go. Let's go up top real quick.
There they are. We can see you.
We're going Vaderz sweep right now. I feel it. They have the momentum going in. Roosh is done. Lede hurt arm. Error-plagued Cajuns.
Yeah.
I feel that the Vaderz have all the momentum. Of course, Kyle Eder's looking really, really solid up there.
Absolutely. And I think one of the biggest advantages of putting a lefty on the mound is that it's different than most other pitchers. But going lefty pitcher back-to-back, you kind of lose some of that effect. And so Lede loses some of his uniqueness here, which makes him more hittable. They're more used to seeing it from that side, which, again, is advantage Vaderz.
Yeah, watch out for Ethan Ibarra here if Lede does hang one. Yeah, I mean, they do have Devlin, and the reason why We just haven't been high on Devlin as much. Even though he could deal, he does have a little issue of grounding or turfing a lot of balls in early walkouts.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that domination that some of the other players do, as Ethan Ibarra is going to strike out against Leday.
Leday, smart pitch there, changing speeds, not relying on movement only to get people out. And again, that's Leday's game. He plays everything very, very smart. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Glenn Meadows saying the trench hat pick should reflect the team that covers. I'm 2 for 2 tonight.
2 for 2. We're going to make it 3 for 3. We'll see how the Vaderz look.
Or am I 2 for 2 on point spread? Or maybe I'm 1 and 1. I don't know. What was the first game the Cajuns lost, but they didn't?
It was a one-run game, wasn't it? I believe you covered on the spread.
Yeah, we covered on the spread.
So you're 100% on the spread. But if we're just looking at end of the game scores, you're 1 and 1. But we're looking spreads here.
Yeah, Ken Ray Tater, thank you for the subscription with Amazon Prime. And if you're not subscribed with Amazon Prime and you are an Amazon Prime person, you got to come on over to Twitch. It's free every single month.
Absolutely. And the production you get here and the entertainment, you're just not going to find it somewhere else.
Kyle Etter, the hero of game number 2, up to bat right now as the points are swinging towards the Vaderz, -1.5.
And no matter what happens at the end of the day with who wins, I would just like to say your best prediction of the night has been saying that Etter was going to have a night himself, and he absolutely has. And we were only just starting game 3.
Yeah, and you know what? Even on the mound, he did his thing, got an inning and a half or whatever he needed to do, and that gave Billy Santawan his chance to go out there and win game number 2 in the 6th inning as Etter flies out to Ryan Roosh as we go into the bottom of the 1st. And I feel like the Cajuns, if they are gonna win this game, they gotta come out on fire and have like a 3-0, 4-0 lead, 5-2, and make the Vaderz really have to climb a mountain deeper in the game.
Yeah, they need some space. The Vaderz have proven that they can score, and the Cajuns have proven that they can't stop them from doing that. So they need to put some space between them, because as long as it's close, the Vaderz are within striking distance, and so far they've come back every time.
People are asking who the Dragon lady is, and that's the wife of Trevor Bauer, who plays for the Bombers, and also big-time part of our stream team, probably one of the better Skycam operators that we have.
And Trevor Bauer also has the highest exit velocity on any ball I've ever seen hit at 109. So a lot of raw power coming from him, and Dragon Lady has a lot to root for when he's playing, that's for sure.
And here we go, Andrew Leday against Kenny Santawan. Yeah, so they got Kenny, they got Tanner.
Yeah, they have some depth now with Slusher being here. That helps them a lot.
Ball number 1 goes to the outside. And I wonder what people are thinking. Thank you for the subscription, BPZ842. All part of this Twitch production now. You're part of PLW Nation. Welcome to the family. Love to have you. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday every single week. We're going to go into week number 9?
This is week 9.
Oh, this is 9,
right here.
week 10.
Week 10 is next week.
I'm going to go over some of the matchups next week in week number 10. Starting with a big one on Monday night. The ones are going to go into Bombertown.
Ooh.
That's a very big matchup to start the week off. Make sure you circle your calendar for that one, as the ones who won 2 out of 3 against the Legends last week in a really good classic series that we were a part of.
Yeah.
That's Monday night, as Ryan Roosh is going to go right to Gio Battistoni for out number 2. And then a this one's maybe even bigger. The Vaderz are going into Sandviperville.
Ooh, that is going to be a good series.
And they're going to have to face Tom Gannon, who was just ice on the mound the last time he played. Real good player, of course, Tom Gannon.
Yeah, he's been different lately.
And then the Owls on Wednesday night are going to play My Legends and the newly formed Owls with Sean Marcel
Yeah.
and
Some
Logan
defensive help.
Christie, who still will be on the bench, not well enough to play. But we're going to face probably a Randy or a Stein. I think one of them are going to be in there as Kenny strikes out Bo Evans. All these games are everyone's important, but this is a big week. And then your team, the Snappers, are going to be playing the Warbirds, and you're going to have to face Brandon Mayo. That just came over from the Night Owls. How do you feel about your matchup going into that Thursday night?
I actually like that matchup. We just saw Mayo. We just saw him yesterday, and so coming in and facing him again, I feel like we got nice and warmed up, used to what he has, and that just leaves Jim Dodos and Matt Patricus, who we traditionally hit pretty well.
So feeling good about that. And then Friday night, the Cajuns are going to be playing the White Hot Lightning.
Yes.
Friday night. They look like a different squad. Them, the Warbirds, and your team are kind of just trying to get out of there. Your team a little bit more destined to do that. But the Lightning and the Lightning as well, those teams are fighting hard to stay out of relegation.
Yes, it's definitely anybody's game out there in that whole middle territory right now. And I don't even know if we have a true bottom right now. It feels like everybody has an opportunity to kind of fight their way back into playoff contention. So, yeah.
Make sure you get your wiffle ball points in on this one, as the Cajuns at +1.5 are taking 220,000 points to the Vaderz 171. Yeah, and this should be a good week. So many more weeks to go. Amazing product we have here at Hideaway Field, Premier League Wiffle.
Leday here finding himself ahead again with a 1-2 count now. The red-hot Gio swinging a great bat, fighting off some tough pitches, trying to find something worth hitting.
Good pitch by Leday. Got him with a nasty little slider coming in.
Yeah, a great pitch there. It felt like he took a lot off of it, but looking at the radar, it still came in at 53, but Gio way ahead of that.
Here's Tanner, part of that Oppo Boppo club last game.
Mm-hmm. Almost had another one, too, that Will Morris brought back over. Really getting that swing going. Wow, what a pitch.
Man, that's the Leday I remember.
Yeah.
Those types of style of pitches kind of gets them leaning the other way, but 2-1 has to hit Pan right here. And he does. So he goes 57 like screwball on the outside to, what was that, 49 curveball inside. A lot of disparity in those miles per hour coming in.
Yeah. Excellent job changing speeds out there. Really just such a smart pitcher. I can't say enough about how he thinks about the game and what he's doing. He really understands how to get people out. And Andrew Leday with a healthy left arm is really a scary pitcher. I mean, we're seeing him playing injured here, and he's still one of the best pitchers out here.
Yeah, and a win here by the Cajuns would feel huge. They would feel like they didn't lose 2 tonight. They'd feel like they won 2 if they could squeak out a win in this game. Number 3 is Sasai coming up to bat. And you got to remember, Sasai, he's got some power. And he definitely has seen a lot of these guys as they've taken batting practice. But he goes hack right there.
A great pitch. Tough one to do anything with. Ooh.
And that's how you do it as an owner right there. I love when they come out here and kind of show up their team. And Tavano's saying the Vaderz should send their new jerseys back because they're malfunctioning because none of the buttons work.
And you know what? I like to see it.
Here's Ethan Ibarra. Leday would have loved to get that third out facing Sasai. Man, he's got a lot of movement on that.
Very deceptive. It felt like he threw it faster than he did again and came in at 51, but Ethan Ibarra, not even close.
2 great pitches, and now we're kind of questioning if Lede should have came out in that 6th inning last game.
Yeah, if he could have given these guys a couple innings like that, game 2 is theirs. And I'm like what I'm seeing from him right now.
Yeah. As Kenny Santiwan is going to get up there and get his practice pitches in. As we're just hovering around 400 viewers on a Friday night. I know you're a big baseball fan as well, Taylor. Who's your team?
I like the Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Lived in Ohio for a couple years. I was out there when they went to the playoffs last time in 2011 and just loved it. But there's a lot of teams I root for. I've lived in a lot of cities. I've lived in D.C., so I love rooting for the Nationals, and I've lived in St. Louis. So I root for those teams, and I always liked the Yankees too.
Yeah, my 2 favorite teams growing up because of my dad and the Brooklyn Dodgers, then the L.A. Dodgers. I was a big Dodgers fan all through that. Kirk Gibson, Oral Hershiser, and Steve Sachs and those guys. And then I was always a big Montreal Expos fan.
Ooh, missed the Expos. Lad Sr. hitting bombs for the Expos in the day.
Will, left side, Ethan Ibarra, right there over the pylon. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, I love that. Even as he's tripping over the pylon, he still manages to keep his hands right there and make an easy, casual play. Final round, sexiest player.
Who is it?
We've got Alex Fernandez, Kirby Bucket, and Ethan Ibarra. And as of right now, we have one clear leader.
If Kirby Bucket wins this, he's got to do a little runway for us with those headlights coming on.
Absolutely. I want to see Kirby Bucket do a full lap when he wins this. And I said win because he's going to win it. He deserves it.
Let's make sure we could see that. Yeah, my whole family, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Yeah, Kirby really putting up some numbers here as that's going to be ball 4. Good at bat for Devlin Daniel as Kenny Santiwan walks his first.
I'm seeing a lot of knuckleballs coming from Kenny Santiwan. Do you think it's just a Santiwan thing? Do you think their whole family all just sits around and practices throwing these knuckleballs all day?
Well, if I'm Kenny, I mean, no harm, no foul. You just come in, throw these knuckleballs, see how they work in game, and make that your go-to pitch. And the more you throw it, the better you're going to get. But right now, he's having trouble hitting that pan. And if I'm Casey Nielsen, I got to see something special to take a swing here.
Yeah, you're looking for one pitch, and if you see that knuckleball, that's not that pitch. Waiting for him to float something in there that you can hit really far. And here, you're dead red. This is a take situation.
Make sure, Premier Wiffle, when Kirby wins, maybe during that half inning, he does a victory lap. And Kenny Santiwan, he's done. They're going to have to go to Tanner Roundy, and he had his troubles last game. He couldn't get out of, I think, 1 or 2 innings.
Yeah, I believe it was in the second that he walked out.
He's going to have to perform right here because what does Billy have, 1 left?
1.
He's got 1 left,
more.
and then after that, they're going to have to go to, they'll probably go to Slusher after Tanner. But Alex Fernandez jumps Kirby.
Coming back strong.
We need Kirby to jump right back. You know what? We're going to give Kirby. What are they doing? They're comparing shoe sizes. I don't know if that's that's not good.
Who knows?
We're going to let Kirby do a little thing anyway after this poll. He's just deserving of it. Remember, we lost his charger for a minute. He was MIA, couldn't be out here.
Now, Trench, I've got word here that we actually have one of our managers who authored this trade is going to come in and give us some word about what he expects from his trade.
Let's get him in here right now. And here he is, the War Chicken himself. It's a good hit by Lede left side. That's going to score a run if that wasn't dirty. That's is going to War Chicken.
Good to see you, Trench. How you doing?
Good, man. Big news coming out of the War Chicken camp.
Yeah.
You made some trades. Nobody knew anything. You're trigger happy with trades. I know I said it last night. You would trade every night if you could. As we watch Ryan Roos up to bat against Tanner, tell me a little bit about your thought process going into this trade with the Night Owls, both birds.
Yeah, so I mean, we just lost another close series, and we lost one of those games to ourselves, really. They didn't beat us in that game. And we just need to mix things up. I love those guys. I love Sean. I love Logan. There's hopefully no hard feelings with this deal, Love having those guys around in the league as well. Roosh tries to send one there. But we wanted to make a little bit of change, mix things up, see if we can try to get out of the cellar here. Because right now we were not headed towards a good path. We were headed towards relegation trend.
Yeah, so. You pick up Brandon Mayo, one of the best pitchers in the league. I'm sure your clubhouse is ecstatic about picking him up.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's got the best ERA in the league. So potential Cy Young winner this year. I know Billy's probably way ahead of everybody else right now, but Brandon is an absolute beast. Great guy to have on your team. He's got a sneaky good bat. He doesn't get a lot of reps in that Night Owls lineup because they have a lot of hitters, as Ryan Roosh is going to score a run there, hitting a single down the left side. And then we got Matty Levine, extremely underrated batter. Dude's averaging like 290 for his career, which is excellent in this league.
Yeah, of course. And then the Night Owls grab Marcel and Logan Christie, who didn't get any playing time as he was injured, recovering from that shoulder surgery, but he's an impact player immediately when he gets back for the Night Owls.
Yeah, I mean, Sean is just an absolute beast at shortstop. He's got unlimited potential, probably the best potential of anybody in the league. And then Logan as well, coming back from that injury in a couple of weeks here. They're going to be a scary team to watch out for. That's going to be a beautiful play at second to turn a double play there, Ethan Ibarra.
In 4.99.
4.99.
Wow, as Alex Fernandez did win the sexiest player in PLW, but we're going to have Kirby Bucket take a lap anyway. You know why? Because I love Kirby Bucket. There, is he out there?
I don't know, Trench. I don't see him there down the third base line.
And we'll get him over there eventually. Everybody loves Kirby. You guys were struggling, as you said, as you aforementioned. You guys kind of lost games on yourselves, gave games away, and you're trying to shore up some spots, add some puzzle pieces that you need, and it looks like you really did that. And I'm not really seeing any more action probably out of the War Chicken camp. You might have a thing or two up your sleeve still, as you always do. And then you could see Kirby taking a victory lap with those headlights going. I love that look.
Well, Trench, we do have one more guy on the target list. So we're going to keep working that angle, see what we can do about that. But, yeah, for now we're going to stay pretty quiet on that front, see how this pans out. Again, we're trying to make a push. I'm not going to lie. We're in the cellar right now, Trench. Yeah. So only way you can go up. So.
Yeah. Everybody, that's Chris, the War Chicken Warfield, owner, manager of the Warbirds. Thank you so much for coming to the booth, man. Great trades. I'm happy for everybody. Just being a part of PLW is a big deal for all these players.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all out here having fun in the backyard. So I really appreciate you having me up here, and thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Warbirds play these Snappers on Thursday.
All right, man. We'll see you over there.
All right. Have a good one.
Everybody, Chris Warfield, the owner, manager, player of the Warbirds. Really good dude. Makes this a lot of fun for PLW as we have TB7 back in the commentating box. As Kyle Etter up to bat. TB7, you're good friends with the War Chicken. You guys talk a lot, do a lot of stream team stuff, big time in the league. Good moves, I believe.
I think so, too. I think it'll be real good for their team. And they need that defensive help, too. I mean, there's not a team that you could put Sean on that he would not be a huge help defensively. He is just absolutely fantastic out there.
Yeah, I'm excited about these matchups next week. I was talking also to Anthony Michael last week, and he was a little sour at first, I believe, when he got traded from the Cajuns, but you kind of find your home, mix in real well, and you start gelling, and then you feel right back at home.
Yeah. And that's the thing is hitters are going to hit wherever you put him, and he's a hitter. He's got a great swing on him, puts bat on ball, and it's exciting to see things changing around the week, the league the way they have been as well. Makes things a lot more interesting every week.
As we have a full count here against Kyle Etter. Oh, what a nasty pitch by Leday. Gets him swinging way out in front. And through all that chat, the Cajuns jumped to a 2-0 lead as the Chicken was in the booth. One thing that I want to mention with Brandon Mayo is he's a sneaky good offensive player. I don't know if his numbers are there right now this year, but they're gonna be there.
They always are.
By the end of the season, they're gonna be there. He's also a sneaky power hitter as well.
Yes, and he hits all of his home runs to dead center field, so he earns them. I hit a lot of mine. That was... I don't even know what you do with a pitch like that, Trench. That's about all you can do is just watch it go by.
Yeah, you just walk back to your dugout, top tink, just nastiness out of Leday. He's pitching a really good one so far.
Yeah, holding this red-hot Vaderz lineup to no runs here, and he's just about through 3.
Throws 56 dart down the pan, gets Tanner swinging right there. Tries to go screwball right there.
Trying to get him to chase. Good idea.
Oh, man, he's making the Vaderz look silly right now.
Yeah, I love to see it. This feels like vintage Andrew Leday. Like he's back.
3 good innings by Leday, and he's going to have to question. When I was talking to him preseason, he said, Trench, I don't ever want to start a game. I just want to come in relief. But remember, Kiefer McClendon not here tonight, and he sometimes is on the mound as well. Very important that the people you pick up in drafts, in trades, and whatnot are able to play almost each and every week because you need them.
Yeah, you got to have your guys here. It's a completely different team when you're just missing 1 or 2 key players than when you have everybody here. So finding a group of guys that can play and that can be here is huge.
Yeah, and a good example of a team that is inserting different lineups and whatnot and totally just crap the bed was the Lakers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's going to get the chat lit up real quick. What a garbage team they put out there this year.
Oh, yeah.
Sheesh.
Completely disappointing. I barely follow basketball, and even what I saw of it was just disappointing.
Got some Hall of Famers, one of the top guys in the league. Total garbage. Anyhow, back to PLW. If I could talk a little bit about other sports here and there, we could have a good time.
Yeah, the only other sport that I follow is baseball.
Yeah, baseball and highlight. Will monster cut comes up wiffle air status though.
Yeah, just swung a little early through that one. Swing looked real sharp though.
It's going to be 1-2.
Yeah, and I like what I see from Slush. I think he has a lot of potential as a pitcher. In baseball, we used to say that some guys would throw a heavy ball, where it looks like they're throwing it real quick, but it doesn't, and it's extremely deceptive, and he is just a master of it. It looks like he throws it so hard, but he doesn't. Everything's coming in slow with movement, which is just very deceptive with a lot of potential here with Slusher. I like seeing him get more and more innings.
Yeah. And he could speed up when he wants to, but he kind of hangs out in that like 45 to 50 range and makes hitters do that. And that's just, you have to lay off that. If that's hitting the home plate, you're way out in front. It's 4 feet short of the pan.
Yeah.
But very difficult, as you know, in wiffle ball. It looks like it's coming in, dies out.
Yep, and that's the advantage of throwing that thing slow, too, is you have movement where it breaks down, and on top of that, it doesn't have enough momentum to get all the way to the plate. So it's 2 strikes against you, and you're swinging at something, all of a sudden it lands a couple feet in front of the plate, and you're not even close.
Yeah, happens a lot. Wally, thanks for coming in to Twitch. Make sure you give a follow, and if you feel like you like the product, don't be afraid to subscribe. And if you have Amazon Prime, you could subscribe every month for free. And about 88% of the human population has Amazon Prime, it feels like, at least in the United States.
Yeah.
And there's the great Jim Dodos in the chat asking how everyone's doing tonight. Love to see Jim Dodos. be a part of the chat. We are doing great. If you just tuned in, Dodos, the Vaderz took the first 2 games, but the Cajuns up 2-0 here in the 3rd game and the bottom of the 3rd inning. But that's going to do it for the Cajuns, and the Vaderz going to go into the top of the 4th, down by 2. What do you expect from the Vaderz the rest of this game, Taylor?
I expect them to really come out and swing the bat. It feels like every game they played so far, they've started off the first couple innings a little slow, and then they gain momentum as they see a pitcher more and more. And I think they're going to get used to the pitches Andrew's throwing, and they're going to start to hit it harder and harder. And unless he changes something, I think they're going to start putting runs up within the next inning or 2.
Yeah, and it's kind of easy for us to say that, but then there's sometimes a pitcher will go the distance because they're just dealing, and then the hitters just can't hit them.
Yeah.
So there's always that possibility as well that if a pitcher is locked in, they're just locked in.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is a tough lineup to shut down for a 6-inning game. So I think the Cajuns need to put up more runs if they want to really feel secure in winning this one.
Yeah, Lede would love to have 4 or 5 behind him right now. But here is Sasai, got a base hit his last at bat. Let's see what he does here. Top 4.
Ooh, what a pitch. Such a difficult pitch to lay off of on that 56. I feel like if I lay off a 56, it's an accident. That's too close for me to not be swinging.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you right there. If I'm Lede, he is upset at himself. Sasai is not a person that you're really worried about all too much. Does have some power, but you definitely want to make contact here.
Yeah.
Bad walk for Lede right there. And no disrespect to any of these players, but we know who the who's of hitting are and whatnot, and you definitely want to make a strikeout there or some contact.
Yeah, and there's just some hitters out here that are just so dangerous that, I mean, even players like Sasai, where he has power, he's hit the ball hard in this game. I mean, it's still not like facing Ethan Ibarra, who just feels like at any time he could hit the ball 200 feet over the fence.
That's right. Dodos and Brandon Mayo used to play for the Bombers together. That's a reunion that Jim Dodos has to be happy about and elated as Andrew Lede strikes out Ibarra. And that's kind of how it goes. Walks aside, strike out Ibarra, right?
Yeah, walk the 6 hitter, strike out the 1 hitter. Not how the Vaderz drew it up for sure. Getting a lot of these pitches hot as his arm's getting looser and looser as this game goes on.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. You're right. As like your arm warms up and your muscle memory kicks in, the pitches are going to come in a little bit more hot.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of players in fast pitch. Well, that's a great play right there to get that one.
That was a great play.
And a Devlin Daniel on that bad ankle, too, with great range over there to the right to make that and keep the runner at first base.
And there's Brandon Mayo and Logan both in the chat saying, we're here. We're ready to go. They're still in PLW, ready to deliver for their teams.
Yeah. And those two, it seems like they had a lot of teams now. Getting traded around more than you expect for players of their caliber.
I'm gonna ask them in the chat as a great pitch comes in from Lede. We'll start out with Logan from he needs to change his name. He was the Vaderz. He didn't change his name to the Warbirds. And now he has to change it back to go to the Night Owls. Logan, how you feeling out there with the trade? And then I'm going to ask Brandon Mayo the same thing. As long as he's in the dungeon doing some graphic works, I think he's happy no matter where he goes.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Look at Lede dealing. And we said that they might put up some runs or get some hits, but he is feeling it right now.
Yeah, Lede, I think, is trying to prove me wrong, saying that Vaderz might put up some runs.
And Brandon, if you're in the chat as well as I see you, how you feeling about being traded from the Night Owls, reunited with your boy Jim Dodos?
placed a bet with you who'd have the most strikeouts. I'd quadruple my money. I'd have quadruple my money.
Logan pleading the fifth.
I'm just here.
I can't imagine. I mean, when I rolled my ankle and I couldn't play for a couple of weeks, I was like, God, this sucks. I can't imagine how Logan feels months, or when you broke your arm, or a Shane Weber, or these people that have injuries that can't play for weeks or months on end. And this is just, this is wiffle ball, even though it's a very serious thing. I couldn't imagine what it must feel like on like a pro level when people, get an Achilles tear and they're out for, the whole season, which is like a year,
Yeah, that would be really hard. Having to watch your team play without you, especially like going into playoff runs and stuff like that. I think that was the hardest part for me playing with my broken thumb, was playing in the playoffs.
There's Leday.
Oh, that swing, though.
Too easy. And this is Brandon Miles' third team that he's played for.
Yeah, and both those guys, I feel like they could be nearly franchise-level players. I'm surprised teams keep trading them away.
That's going to drop.
That's in. That looked clean to me, too. Let's see if Leday moves to third. We got the umpire out there making the call. Yep. Ooh, tough play out there for Tanner, who nearly had that on a spectacular dive right there.
Yeah, runners on first and third.
Nobody out yet. Oh, that's popped up to the infield.
Barra calls off Billy.
And Morris here with an opportunity to do damage.
Has to deliver.
The Vaderz here looking for a ground ball to bail them out of this situation. So if I was Morris in this situation, you got to be looking to put the ball in the air. A pop-up is much better than a ground out here.
That's way up in the air, Taylor, and that's over the sign. A 3-run bomb by Will Morris. You called it.
That'll do the job right there. I said in the air, and he absolutely delivered on that.
Sheesh. And that's what happens when you get a couple singles, get runners on the corners, and Will, the Thrill Morris, comes in and drops a 3-run dime to give the Cajuns a 5-0 lead.
And now we're starting to see some of that separation that I wanted to see, where it's like the Cajuns are really going to put themselves in a good situation to win this game. Leday's pitching, and they're pulling away right here. So love what I'm seeing from the Cajuns right now.
Man. Should be an easy play. Oh,
Ooh.
Santiwan looks like he might have put a leg out there, and then it kind of popped over his foot.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at that.
I'm curious to see what that hit.
Oh, it was his hand.
It was his hand. That's just some bad luck right there to take it off the hand and have it go all the way over you and keep going. Yeah.
Just because we're winning 5-0, you guys aren't going to give us that? Rude.
Here's Casey Nielsen. That's going to be a pop-up. Billy on the run. Oh,
Butterfingers! Butterfingers!
I don't know if that was fair or foul, though.
It looked like he touched it in foul territory.
It looked like it stayed in foul territory, too.
Yeah, I'm curious. It looks like it landed in foul territory again off his hands. But I believe it's actually where he touches it. Because when he touches it, technically he is an extension of that ball landing. It's essentially as if it landed there. Oh, what a pitch.
Yeah, Casey not expecting something in that range coming in.
Yeah, great movement from that pitch, too. 57, just a little hot. Great eyes by Casey to watch that one go by. And look at that speed change, dropping it right back down to 46. I mean, Slutcher's out here pitching right now. Changing speed, getting movement. And Casey is fighting everything off, trying to make something happen. Cajuns not looking to be done here. They want to put a couple more across.
Good pitch, 53.
That was a great pitch.
Froze him out number 2. Like we said a little bit before, other than a couple Cajuns errors, which cost them, they could be going for a series win right here.
Absolutely.
Here's Leday one more time. Kind of started this whole thing.
Yeah, and I'm thinking with them leaving just one fielder on that left side of the field that he's going to be looking to go right back over there.
Good. 61. I think that's 6 miles an hour too fast. If my math is correct.
Yeah, I'm going to look for him to push another one right down the left field line.
Whoa.
Slusher seems a little timid to pitch to him here, knowing who's at the plate.
Yeah, I don't blame him, but you got to come after him.
Yeah, you've got 2 outs here. As long as you keep them in the yard and keep that ball away from the wall, not too much.
He reaches right there, Slusher on the run. That's going to be out number 3. Andrew Leday not happy with that. But the Cajuns off a 3-run Will Morris bomb take a 5-0 lead going into the top of the 5th inning. And they really have to shut down the Vaderz right here. As you know, they are very explosive, and they could put runs on. But the way Leday has been dealing tonight, I don't know if they're going to get a piece of him.
Yeah, I don't know either. Leday just needs to get 6 more outs. They can sprinkle in a couple singles, maybe even a solo shot there, and nothing is hurt. He has to get 6 outs, and they need 5 runs, which is a tall order for such a small amount of time left in this game.
Yeah, if I'm the Cajuns, if I could pull this game out, I still feel pretty good about the series, knowing that there were some errors in game, I think, 2 that cost it. So, run it back, and they feel like they'd have a chance to win a series as well.
Absolutely. And you want to keep the pressure on with the bats, but right here, this is Leday's game. And I think he's feeling it. I think he's going to finish it out. I know last inning I said I expected the Vaderz to come back. Leday's on his stuff. I don't think he's going to give him a chance.
Okay. Oh, no.
Oh, right back on. Do we lose power?
We are power.
We are power. Speaking of power, here's Gio Battistoni, who was hit about a dozen balls tonight. Really hard with lots of power.
Ball in the dirt. It's going to be 2-2. Let's see what Leday comes up right here.
Ooh, great pitch.
Yeah, he went after him with kind of a screwball. Came in at 56.
Yeah, I think we're really getting a treat today watching this pitching performance. Everything has been moving so much, changing speeds, and he is just pitching as well as you can pitch. Oh, don't let that get to the wall. Just a single.
Tanner Roundy is going to have to face Andrew Leday now. Wow, that's cool. Thank you for subscription. Seen you around quite a bit. Tom Brady, the God, has joined us in the Twitch chat, and he subscribed.
Yeah,
thank you for coming out of retirement and immediately comes to the PLW. Love seeing that.
Yeah, nothing but good choices from him right now, I guess. Tom Brady, watching right now.
Hopefully he could do us a favor, maybe go on his Twitter or TikTok and let him know about our product here.
Ooh, double nickels. Great pitch again. Leday definitely feeling comfortable out there right now.
Right side, Will Morris on the run, but he can't run over that fence. 2-run shot over the fence. It's going to make it 5-2. No outs.
Yep.
That's 2 home runs by Tanner tonight.
Yeah.
Both opposite field shots, as that's what he does. Remember, he won Rookie of the Year last season.
Yeah, and he really has just a very, very smooth swing to go the other way. And on a lefty, that's dangerous. With every pitch coming in the way it does, it just gives him the opportunity with power to go the other way. And that's what he's good at. Right here, Andrew really needs to step up and make something happen. He needs to get some outs.
Yeah, you got to take care of Sasai in this situation.
Got to get your team back up to bat here with no more runs coming across. We've taken a 5-run lead and made it a 3-run lead now.
Yeah, I could live with 5-2, 5-3, a little bit scarier, more scary.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to put the bats back in your hands right here and get out of this situation as quickly as possible with no more damage.
Good pitch selection by Andrew Leday. Goes curve high. Sasai under it.
Yeah, he was not giving in that time. He wasn't going to walk Sasai again. And Ibarra has been real quiet so far in this game against Leday. Let's see if Leday can keep it that way right here. Staying off that plate a little bit outside as we go to a 2-1 count here. Ooh, what a pitch.
Man, he is dealing tonight. As Dodos gifts a sub to Carpenter Ninja.
Love to see it.
Loses him right there. Full count.
Tried going with that finger ball changeup. I'll tell you, the only way you can identify that pitch is you can hear the finger pop out of it. You have to adjust.
Should be an easy play for Nielsen, but it goes through his legs. And the wiffle ball gods have woken once more as Billy Santiwan up to bat. 1 out. Runner on first.
The last thing the Cajun wants is to wake up those wiffle ball gods right now. Billy, one of the best contact hitters in the league right here, is definitely going to be looking to punch something the other way or right up the middle and keep this inning alive.
If the Cajuns happen to blow this game, oh man, that locker room is going to be feeling it.
Ooh.
Goes screwball when it's 2-1 outside pipe. Evens up the count, 2-2. Great pitch by Leday.
Yeah, I am seeing him attacking the zone in every count right there. I mean, he was behind 2-1, and he threw one of the nastiest pitches we've seen all night and put it right off the pan. Just incredible.
He does have one walk, 3-2 count, one more ball. He'd be walking to the dugout. And that's exactly what he does, and it puts both runners on. The tying run in Kyle Eder is up to bat right now.
Let's see who they're going to.
They're going to go to Nathan Roosh.
He just needs to get 2 outs. One ground ball can bail him out of this inning right here. And they can get back with the bats in their hands and try to put a little bit more of a safety net between them.
Man, big time situation here for Nathan Roosh.
For the rookie. Again, we're seeing a lot of rookies today in some of these very high leverage situations.
You know, instead of 2 runners on, 1 out, it should be
1 runner on.
1 runner on, 2 outs, right? If Casey Nielsen makes that play.
Yeah.
And then who knows, maybe Leday doesn't walk.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know how that was going to pan out.
In that situation, maybe he's a little less afraid to throw something that can be hit out of the yard and gives him something he swings at.
Every batter, every error, every pitch so meaningful here in the PLW, as we are close to wrapping up game number 3, but it is high stakes, high intensity right now, top of the 5th. Runners on first and second, Ibarra on 2, Billy Santiwan on first base, and Kyle Eder, the guy I was talking about pregame, saying that he was going to have a huge series, is doing just that. Takes it inside. 1-1.
And again, it gets real quiet out here.
A calm has come over hideaway field. It's very thick, Taylor. You could feel it.
You feel everybody here is focused on one thing. And it's what's going to happen right now. Ooh, what a pitch.
Yeah, it gets Kyle over the shoulder with that curveball. Evens up the count, 2-2. Pop up, nobody there. But Will Morris on the run. Does he touch it, and does it load the bases?
That is, I believe that he touched it.
And that's going to score a run, a clean single by Kyle Etter. Good piece of hitting to go Oppo right there, as it's still 1 out. And the red hot Gio Battistoni up to bat. And watch out, remember, he pulled a 2-run double to clear the bases to give them the win.
Yeah. And that one right there, that is one that I think Will Morris would want back. That's one you want to have. Ooh.
Right between Devlin Daniels' legs, and that's going to score a run, and now it's 5-4, and the guy who started this, Tanner Roundy, is up to bat.
Right back up.
And the Vaderz here in the top of the 5th are stringing some hits together. They really got to get it out here, but runners now on first and second.
Mm-hmm. And again, the Vaderz find their way right back in these games, and a lot of it is due to errors.
And Bruce, the Juice Uson from the Lightning, says, you got to slide, big fella. And Bruce is right. He's as big as they come, and he's all over the ground.
And he's making that play. He's sliding, and he's coming up with that. He's done it a couple times just in the last couple of series that he's played.
And people are talking about the Cajun collapse of the past. Remember, they were up 5 runs in the 6th inning. Here, a little different.
Oh, yeah.
2-2
might have
count.
hit bat. I think that hit hand.
That's gone.
Let's see. Can Will bring it back?
No, he can't. A 3-run shot by Tanner Roundy to give the Vaderz a 2-run lead. Tanner Roundy is feeling it. The Vaderz are going bananas right now, and the Cajuns have to be feeling that one.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the pitch selection, where it was.
Yeah.
Let's see this ball come in. Oh, look at a pure swing by Tanner. He knew it right away.
Great effort by Will to try to bring that one back. But again, I mean, it comes down to you cannot give good teams this many opportunities to score runs. I mean, I believe we have 3 errors in this inning, and I don't think Will's is technically an error, but it's a ball that should be caught, in my opinion. And so it's you give those back. I mean, we've given them 4 or 5 outs this inning for them to work with, and yeah, runs are going to score if you do that. You can't do that.
At some point, and then it goes off 2 Cajuns, and that's going to be a double, and they are in total Cajun collapse once more.
Yeah.
As Ethan Ibarra, and this is all happening with 1 out, Taylor.
Yeah, they still have an out to work with. And I remember we said that they had 6 outs, that they needed to get 5 runs. Well, they've already got 7 runs with 1 of those out. So it seems like nothing can stop them right now.
The Vaderz in full control as Ibarra goes, and that's going to score Sasai. And the Vaderz put up an 8th run.
And I like to see this. Devlin here is nasty. He may walk out, but we have to stop the bleeding before it gets any worse.
Yeah, and I think Kirby should bring out a first aid kit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to need it. Bring that tourniquet out, give me some bandages, something. But we need to keep this game in a situation where you could come back and win it still.
Maybe some Novocaine or something to help with the pain of what is happening right here.
Yeah, got to numb that up. Got to change some things. Bring that whole first aid kit. We're going to need it all. 8 runs now on 1 out.
Is that it? Was it 5-0 and now it's 8-5?
Mm-hmm. Man, yeah, that is tough. And a lot of those balls, opportunities to make plays on it.
Oh, and people are saying Kirby Bucket needs to bring out anti-depression. I love our chat, man.
Yeah.
We have some of the best fans out of any sport. I don't care what level it is. PLW Nation is where it's at. You know what? Give an applause to yourself. I love commentating when the chat gets lively like this. Don't forget about our stream team, too, with all the great polls that they put up as the Vaderz are just pouring it on, hot cocoa style, all over the Cajuns.
Just absolutely no mercy either. Ooh, 56.
It's just such a nasty league because when they're not playing, they're in their dugouts together talking about sports and this and that. But when the game is on, it is gladiator out there.
And I love it. I love the chirping back and forth. And I feel like one thing PLW does really well is that we talk to each other and we chirp back and forth without anybody getting their feelings hurt too often. I mean, it still happens, but we just love to see it. I love this banter. I love it all.
EMP, welcome. First time chat as Devlin walks.
And that is exactly what we're worried about with Devlin coming in there, is that control issue. We just need him to throw strikes here. We just need to get a couple ground balls, something to get us out of this and move on.
Good pitch by Devlin right there. He's going to catch Kyle Eder.
Great start.
0-2 count.
And I see him go into that slider a lot, and I've always thought of him as more of a, there's that pitch, that screwball that he throws that cuts back in so hard. That feels like his best pitch. And that was nasty right there. Not giving Eder much of a chance to do anything.
Remember, Billy still has 1 inning to work with, so that might be a donut in that inning.
Yeah, so they're going to have to put up at least 3 runs this inning, in the bottom half of this inning. Devlin falling behind here really needs to come back with the strike. But you can't give anything too good to Gio the way he's been swinging the bat. Ooh, that's exactly what he needed right there. Something nasty and over the plate.
Yeah, there's a difference between just over the plate and then nasty and over the plate.
Yeah. And there's some hitters you just can't ever give in and give them like a get-me-over pitch. And he's doing a good job of staying around the zone here without giving them anything that they can just send over the wall. Staying nasty. And Gio putting together a good at-bat here as we go to that 2-2 count.
Oh, no. A total collapse. They have to be talking. Safe everywhere. Unbelievable.
And
now
those
the
mistakes hurt the most.
bases low. There's been like 18 errors this inning, and the Vaderz are just steamrolling the Cajuns right now. As Tanner Roundy once more up to bat. I'd hate to face him right now. Good eye. The ball just looks bigger when you're in the zone as a batter. I'm sure you could testify to that.
Yeah, when you're timed up and seeing it well, it feels like it's in slow motion. It feels like it's just put on a tee for you. And I think Roundy's in that zone right now, and Devlin knows it.
Oh, no, another base hit for Tanner. He thought that was going to be out, and that's going to score a run. He's putting together quite the series as Sasai with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. It's 9-5, bases loaded.
Yeah, this is getting dangerous for the Cajuns right here if they want any chance of coming back.
56, though, a little bit hot.
Just a little hot. And again, though, that's that play. I don't like to see the pitcher trying to range out towards shortstop or second base. That's why you have fielders back there. That's their whole job, is to make that play. And because he got a hand on it, it pushes it through and extends the inning and pushes a run across the plate.
Man, that might have been one of the longest innings in PLW.
Yeah.
9 runs by the Vaderz. If you're a Cajuns fan, boy, oh boy, you hate to see that. But here we go. They're going to have to do something special and score a bunch of runs.
Yeah. And here comes Roundy, who's been throwing well so far this game, too. So, tall order now. They've got to score 4 now, or they've got to score a couple now and a couple more off Billy in the very next inning. So, they've got work cut out for them, and they've got to get to it.
Yeah, not only do they have to do it like on the physical standpoint of actually getting hits, but mentally you have to overcome this disaster that is starting to become a pattern or something that's happening in this Cajun clubhouse.
Yeah.
And if I'm Andrew Leday, I got to talk to my team and say, listen, we have to rid this collapse virus out of here. I don't know if they need to sage their dugout or do something else, but they got to get rid of this.
Yeah, got to have some defensive drills or something, but we gotta have better understanding of what's happening in situations and what plays you need to make. Like, we can't let these things slip through the cracks. I think every run that inning could have been avoided if they just made the plays when they needed to there at the beginning.
Yeah, I talk a lot about it as Roundy goes 70. I talk a lot about it. I think the managers or the owners of the teams, I don't think they come out enough and talk to their players in big-time situations. And when you're out in the moment as a player, you kind of forget what situations in between the legs of Ibarra, you kind of forget what's going on in the game, what defensive situations you should be in. It's up to the managers to come out and talk to their players, or at least talk from the bench about what's going on in the scenarios you're in.
Yeah, and one manager I've seen who does that really well is Adam Tannick. If you watch him, even when he's not on the field out here, he's reminding players what the situation is, where your play is, and what you need to be doing. And it keeps them in the game, and it keeps Adam in the game, even if he's not on the field. He does a great job of that. And I think that's so important for these defensive alignments and these simple mental mistakes. It takes so many of them out of the equation.
Yeah, I mean, you're a manager for a reason, and a lot of the owners are the managers as well. You got to be vocal with your team. Remember, these are intense scenarios where your brain's getting fried a little bit.
Yeah.
Pitches are coming in every 3 or 4 seconds. Batters are coming up every 8. So the game happens so fast.
Yeah. You have to stay in it. And it's just so important to keep your players in it, too. You see a lot of these guys will take a bat at bat, and they'll carry it with them onto the field, and then they're not here. And you kind of have to keep them on the field and then keep them in their at-bats for the next time, too. It's just so important.
Yeah, and as we were talking about that, Bo Evans drew a walk, so we got runners on first and second, no outs, 0-2 count to Will Morris, who deposited a ball into right center the last time he was up to bat. So
Tried to do that again right there.
see what he could
Big
do right
swing.
here. Remember, there's some Cajun fans or just Cajun bettors sweating the spread as well. They're getting a 1.5, a couple hits in a row here, and they're right back in action.
Yeah. And again, we have no outs right now. Like, they're in a great position. They're doing exactly what they need to do here. And that moves this to a 2-2 count. And Will Morris, again, his swing is looking deadly right now, as he swings and misses on just a nasty pitch from Tanner Roundy. I think that ball had 2 feet of vertical movement straight down. I don't know how you would ever hit that. And Devlin Daniel here in a big spot.
Tanner, he has one of those, it looks hot, but it comes in at 51, up in the count early, 0-2. And if Tanner could ever get the consistency that we know he has, the Vaderz, man, they are going to be looking real good to get their first chip of their young
Yeah.
franchise career.
Yeah, that pitching depth that he adds when he pitches like
Way
the
out.
ace that he is just makes them that much scarier of a team.
And just like that, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Now, they really need Casey to get on base right here.
They need some of these runs to come across right now. They can't afford to leave it all to the 6th. 4 runs is a lot, especially because they're probably going to bring Billy back out. You got to do something now. Now is when you need to make something happen. That's well hit.
Gio, great play out there in right center. And that's going to be it for the Cajuns as the Vaderz are going to go into the top of the 6th. And they're going to try to tack on as many as possible. I don't know if they're going to need any at any point to win this game, as Billy's going to come in into the bottom of the 6th and just try to shut them down to bring out the brooms against the Cajuns.
Yeah, and a sweep hurts a lot more than just a series lost. So the Cajuns here playing for a lot more than the Vaderz. The Cajuns need to sneak this win out if they can any way possible.
Yeah, I want to thank all our 370 viewers hanging out here on a Friday night. I'm Trent Picone, hanging out with my main man, Taylor Bryner, TB7 in the booth, our 3-time MVP, and trying to get back on track with the Snappers, getting all healed up. You feel like your team is could make a little playoff run?
I feel like we started our playoff run, absolutely. I feel like we're starting to bring things together. My hand's getting healthier, and I feel like I'm getting back to be TB7. So yeah, I think we're going to be pushing to go deep in the playoffs again this year. Never forget season 1 when we won it all. We started off that season losing 8 of our first 9.
Oof.
So we're not too worried. We've been in the cellar before.
Billy, you're on deck. You got ball duty, Billy.
There's a current poll up right now. Why don't you read that to our viewers?
How are the Cajuns feeling right now? I don't even need a poll, but I know it's not good. Puppy dog sad, it's over. Hopeful to still win. Pint of ice cream time and head in the oven.
Man.
If I was them, I think I'd be going for that pint of ice cream.
Yeah. Ben & Jerry's makes a good one called We Are the World or something like that.
And just looking out at them right now.
Whose brother is that?
Yeah, all the body language I'm seeing from the Cajuns right now is it's not great. They don't look like a happy bunch.
People are talking fire sale with the Cajuns. Infectious these errors are.
Yeah. Yeah, defense wins championships.
Big Z, I'm giving him the MVP of the comment of the night. What a blunder. He wins it. Big Z
That's
takes
the one.
That's the one that takes it. If you're listening at home, Big Z said, what a blunder.
Well done, Big Z.
You know, I make my choice every week of who I think the person in the chat should win. And it's Big Z tonight as Billy Santiwan is looking at a 2-2 count. There's Devlin's turf ball. He's really got to control that.
Yeah. And again, he looks so nasty. He has so much movement on every pitch that he throws. Oh, Billy helping him out right there. And Kyle, who's had a great series so far. Ooh.
That's the Devlin everybody knows. You know?
Why did you guys have to trade?
Yeah.
You can see Kyle Etter doesn't like facing Devlin Daniel at all.
So much movement on those pitches. Yeah, the only way to get to Devlin, it feels like, is to just patiently wait for him to miss the zone 4 times. So much potential as a pitcher here. When he starts to really locate his stuff where he wants. Did they make that in time?
4-1.
Man.
Oh,
Man.
Kyle Etter definitely getting good pieces.
Yeah.
Good play by Bo right there to recover.
Yeah, great recovery on a tough play. Way to stick with it to the end. I like to see that. I like to see that defense coming back around here.
You know, Sparent was saying that if we want this league to be the best league in the U.S., we have to go to 7 teams. I'm not going to agree with that because if that was the case, you would have thought that the Lightning just a couple weeks would be out of the, get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then they take care of the ones, 2 of 3. Then they beat, I think, the Bombers. Or who did they play next after that? They played another good team and won 2 of 3 there.
Yeah, the Bombers, and I forget who it was the series before.
It was
that.
the Ones.
The Ones, that's right. They took 2 or 3 from the Ones.
You know, and then, people are watching the Cajuns collapse right now, but they were 13-11 coming into this one.
Yeah.
So, and they've beaten some teams up as well.
Yeah. And the Cajuns, for all the games they played, they have been in every single one of them to the end. I don't feel like they ever get blown out. They're always right here with it.
Yeah, they should have 17 wins,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. And it's just these defensive miscues. I've seen them in a number of games where it's those defensive errors and miscues that have cost them so many games this year.
Just a month and a half ago, Legends are 0-5 or whatever their record is now. They're up in the playoff contention. So I've talked about this before. There's just certain teams that when you face them, sometimes they're just your kryptonite, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. But like we were talking about earlier, just some errors, and the Cajuns win this series 2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, and they must have 5 or 6 series and at least 5 or 6 games where that's true for them too. A couple errors away from taking at least 6 or 7 more wins this season. What do you think about this choice here to leave Tanner Roundy out there to finish this one off with Billy sitting right there nice and loose?
Tanner's feeling it. He's feeling it. I think it's a good choice. Let him complete, finish off these guys. They don't need to bring in Billy. And I think Billy's the manager of the team.
Yeah.
And he's going to go with who's hot right now. And Tanner's feeling it. He's hot. I wouldn't have pulled him, no way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with that. And you can keep him on a short leash here. I'm 100% fine with that. Just say, hey, if you let more than 2 runners on, we'll just switch it out and I'll finish it out. But give him the chance here. You want him to be the best pitcher he can be, and giving him more and more opportunities is how you get him there.
I'm going to kind of agree with one of our fans, Chat Police, saying the Cajuns should have a mandatory 30-minute cool down after for the public safety on the roads in case they're experiencing just a little bit of road rage.
I hear that. I definitely think there's going to be a few people on this Cajuns team who are going to be feeling that.
You know who's not going to be feeling it is Anthony Michael after being traded from the Cajuns to the Lightning, who are now hot. He's probably glad that a trade happened right there, and maybe the Cajuns kind of feel the loss of a heavy hitter like that.
Yeah, and he's definitely been a big part of what that Lightning's been doing as well. It's part of the reason they're as hot as they are.
And Tanner's done. You're probably going to see
that walk.
Billy immediately.
Yeah, I got to go to Billy here.
And Billy's like, do you want to pitch a bar? And he's like, finish it out. Oh, Tanner's only got 1 walk, but I think Billy's like...
Is that only 1 walk for him? I thought he had another one earlier.
Or maybe he did. Either way, Billy on the mound. He's going to try to come in and get this game for the Vaderz. If the Vaderz win this one and cover, Old Trenchy went 3 for 3 with the hat
Ooh,
wear.
that's a good day.
Tonight.
And on top of that, you have calling the Kyle's day at the plate, too, saying he was going to have a big day.
He did.
That is a day of predictions for you, seeing into the future.
Into the future.
Is this a safe situation here for Billy?
I
4 runs.
forget how the save works. You got to be up by...
I believe it's the 3 outs and then the runner on. So the game could be tied. I think this is a safe situation, but I'm not sure. I've never been a stickler for understanding statistics like that. I tend to just get out there and try to hit the ball as hard as I can and not think as much as possible.
Yeah, but we won the point spread there, Inspector.
We're all about points up here.
It's all about wiffle ball points. That should be an easy out for Kenny Santiwan on the right side.
Trent, you know what I love about that comment, though?
What?
That means he's been here since game 1 watching.
That's right.
I love to see it. Love people spending their nights here with the PLW.
Bo
well
shoots
hit.
it out there. 2-run shot, and all of a sudden, that point spread is right there.
1 run away.
Because it's 9-7. Add that 1.5. Another run, and the Cajuns are going to go back door cover as Will Morris is in there.
Big bat of Will Morris.
He was in a situation. That's the second home run Billy's given up this series. One to Leday, and then a 2-run shot to Bo Evans. Only 1 earned run for that home run.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Devlin Daniel up to bat. He could tie this.
He could tie it up. We only have 1 out. Yeah, and both the home runs hit off Billy today, too, those were earned home runs.
Oh,
that was close.
Did you see how hard he threw that ball from second?
Yeah, that was way closer than I think that should have been. Great play by everybody.
Yeah, Ibarra got some hops there at short.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought for sure that was dropping in for a single, but he got up, knocked it down, got the ball to second base.
Good pitch by Billy, outside pan, and they're 1 strike away, 1 out away from taking the sweep and covering the point spread.
I don't know if they can see in the stream how nasty that pitch is.
And that should do it as Tanner's in right field, and the Vaderz have swept the Cajuns. The Cajuns make it very lively in that bottom of the 6th, as a poll will be going up for the player that we want to see in the booth tonight. As you can see, all of them good friends. Obviously, the Cajuns are going to feel that on the chin.
Yeah, that's a painful loss right there at the end, too. But, they fought till the end of every single game that they played today. They found a way to stay in it to the end, even when they were down, like everything. Great fight by them. Unfortunately, they leave today having been swept.
Yeah, so their record now, let's take a look. They were 13-11, so now they're 13-14. And then the Vaderz are going to be 20-7, and they're going to have sole possession of first place.
First place, that's great for them.
So they'll be tied with the Owls, the Cajuns, and we're looking at the post-game interview.
Yeah, so take your picks on who you want here.
Right now, Kyle Etter taking the lead. Tanner Roundy real close right there. Yeah, what a great game that was. Kyle Etter produced. Tanner Roundy with a monster.
With a couple monster home runs.
Billy Santiwan just doing his thing. Tanner, he pitched decent in that, some spots or whatnot.
Yeah.
Gio Battistoni as well.
Yeah.
He was hot.
Yeah, he had a great game. Game 2, I think he had 2 doubles and that rocket single for a couple runs. Great game from him.
Yeah.
It looks like Kyle Etter has won.
All around.
I'll go track down Kyle Etter for you and send him up here.
There you go. Kyle Etter, the winner of the post-game interview. Let's go get him. What do you guys think about that series? Another Cajun collapse. It's becoming infectious in that clubhouse. They're going to have to fix that if they want to be on top in the PLW, as Kyle Etter is making his way into the booth. Kyle, watch your head as you get up. Welcome to the booth.
Hey, man, how we doing?
All right, man, put that on.
Let's see what's going on over here.
Kyle Etter, welcome.
How we doing?
Say what up to PLW Nation as they were watching you guys.
PLW Nation, how are we doing, man?
I want to talk about, I had you in the pregame as a player that was going to go off in this series, and you kind of did. You in game number 2, you had that 3-run shot, I believe it was, that really powered the Vaderz to that win. How did it feel coming off your bat right there?
Felt great, man. I can't even deny it, especially off Roosh.
Yeah.
The loudest guy in the league, man. That's my boy right there, so Can't write it up any better than that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are always, John at each other constantly. You guys are good friends or whatnot, but a back and forth game that was a very tight game. You guys come out on top. I want to talk about also, you finally got a little action on the mound. I think you felt like you were Nolan Ryan for a minute. What did it feel like coming into a situation like that?
I mean, it's your first time out there. You want to go out there and show out, but it's just not as easy as it looks. It's really not. But, the Vaderz got the job done. That's really all that matters.
Yeah, it looks like you might even have a little bit of stuff on the mound if you were given an opportunity. It looks like you could throw some strikes and have some nasty stuff. Do you feel like you could be a pitcher for the Vaderz?
100%. I've tried, but we are so deep, so it's like we don't have to utilize me at all.
Yeah.
We got Nate that wasn't here, Scotty.
Slusher
came late, yep.
I want to talk a little bit about Gio Battistoni. The last 3 series, I feel like he's been red hot. His bat has been going off. What's it feel like playing with somebody with that offensive caliber right there?
We just keep winning. You love it. You come out here to win. That's how you have fun. And Gio, man, he's stepped up. He has stepped up. Him and Tanner, they're on a tear right now.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Tanner, opposite field home runs. He's going off. Gio's going off. Of course, you had Ethan. I think he got like 4 or 5 hits, but it was a quiet night for him. Nothing like...
Which is weird to say.
Right, we were talking about that as well. The Cajuns are now becoming known with their Cajun collapse. What's it feel like when you start pulling that momentum and that soul out of another team?
You can just feel it. You see it in their demeanor. It's demoralizing the way they go out there and just hang their heads. And, they eat themselves up, man. After one error, it just kind of just adds up.
Yeah, we were talking about there was some errors that the Cajuns made that really could have swung the series in their favor, but it went in your guys' way. You guys brought out the brooms. You guys are now 20-7. You guys
First
are
place,
You're
baby.
in first place. I know you guys are taking this very, very serious. Kyle, how do you guys feel? We're going into the second half of the season. Do you guys feel like you're going to go and play for a championship this year?
No doubt, 100%.
All right, Kyle.
Thank you, sir.
Go celebrate with your team. Kyle Etter, everyone.
Hey, I just want to give a shout-out. Thank you, Sasai. Free roam.
And there he is, Kyle Etter, put together quite the series. And you guys are watching a Vaderz onslaught taking over PLW. Them and the Ones really, really putting together quite the season. It might just be theirs to lose in Premier League WIFFLE. I'm back with TB7. TB7, Kyle Etter, and the Vaderz. How do you feel about those? Is it their championship to lose this year?
You know what? I feel like right now they are the team to beat. The Ones are always going to be a great offensive force with a good pitching staff, but right now the Vaderz are the whole package. They have everything going for them, and I think it's their run for the championship now.
Yeah, I think so too. If you're in the chat, real quick, let us know if you agree with that. Next week, we have a whole run of games. Make sure you start out Monday. Ones are going to go into Bombertown. Monday night, you could see it right there. 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Make sure you tune in. I'm Trench Picone, hanging out with my man, Taylor Bryner. We call him TB7. Until Monday night. We'll see you then.